the area of men, which is not right.
But technically the world's population is equal, like between women and men, even in India, even in the world, is almost equal. So it's not really like the less kids or more kids are, not even kids, just like everyone.
Only I think that we need to start getting equal as well. The equanimity should come through. Men are silent here. We don't want to.
Okay.
After a long time,
Right,
I've come to realize everyone. That's the best route for men to take.
Well said.
Seriously?
I'll just take a minute just to wish Anupama ma'am a very happy birthday.
Ooh.
I just got a notification from Facebook.
Thank you, Mudir.
Need to spotlight
Happy
Anupama.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Anupama.
Thank you.
You're born a day earlier to me.
Mudit, for that you're allowed to come
Happy
late
birthday.
for more meetings.
Happy birthday, Anupama. So right now I'm on
Thank you, Bharatji.
Second time on the
Bharat, you're from India. Mudit has earned the right.
Anupama?
Mudit has earned the right from the president to come late. For the next few weeks.
Anupama, Mudit is going to distribute chocolates instead of you.
Done.
You can only distribute videos.
Okay, we are about to start. Let me just do a head count. We have 18 people, one birthday girl. Where's the birthday girl? I don't see the birthday girl. Ah, there.
She's hiding.
Hi, Anupama.
Hi, Gaurav.
Let me just rename myself before Alifia says or Bharat says. Good morning, everyone. This is Gaurav Paul from Dubai. As the tagline goes, Habibi, come to Dubai. So remember that and do pay us a visit soon. Good morning, everyone. My name, I've already told you, we are discussing the myth of equality. There is a certain guy called Charles, and he has a few other things following that. For the longest time in his life, he was waiting to be king, and next month he will be. Now tell me, where is equality? Why not like someone else comes off the street and becomes the king of England? Well, they were not born to a German Greek royal couple. So there you are. Well, as individuals, we can aspire for equality. We can treat people around us as our equals and have that kind of mindset. You can't force equality, especially in the socio-economic, religious, whatever political environment that we are in. So it takes us as individuals to recognize that we are equal, that we operate with equanimity with everyone and in all situations. Slightly getting philosophical. So on that note, I will hand it over to Olivia before I continue on this. But yes, I urge you all to treat everyone around you, your children, your parents, your siblings, as your equal. Alifia Surah will take you forward, but before that, I will do a bit of our organization, which is Entrepreneurs Connect. Well, we are a business referral group, and we connect people, ideas, and opportunities. We are supported by Rooftop Sales. And this is our agenda today. After I do my bit, I will hand you over to Alifia, who will take you through the business session. We have Gautam Sengupta in the house, and he will take us through an educational session. And we'll close at 9:30 after Alifia does the honors of closing the meeting. We, as you can see, are an online platform, and we've been doing what we are doing today for the last 30 months. We have over 300 members from across the world, and we do these meetings on Saturday morning from 8 to 9:30. We have had over 3,000 entrepreneurs join us for these meetings. And usually we have great interactions amongst us. From time to time, we have people like Gautam join us to share their wisdom, their success stories, but also their failure stories. Like everything else, we are on social media. So we are on WhatsApp, and we will share a WhatsApp link for you to join our community. We are on Facebook, and we are on LinkedIn, which is an important tool. And we have a special leader amongst us who says, even before WhatsApp, you join our LinkedIn group. You'll get to hear him soon. Our format is the business session, business challenges, breakout rooms, and education sessions. These happen from time to time. Our values: accountability, transparency, generosity, and trust. We are led by Alifia Sura. She's one of our co-founders. There's myself. There's Anil Thomas. There's Sabri Rajan, who joins us from Chennai. Dr. Rajamani, Anupama Parker, the birthday girl, and Dr. Bharat Nangya, who's going to be doctor very soon, I think. There are people who have contributed in getting us where we are today. The late Laurent Grandisson, who many of you might have met, and Harihar Sharma, who is in Mumbai doing other bigger things at the moment. Well, thank you for being here. And I hand you over to Alifia Sura.
Thank you very much, Gaurav, and welcome all once again to Entrepreneurs Connect on yet another Saturday morning for a lot more leads and a lot more connection for all our businesses. And let's hope we can all exchange, share, and grow effectively once again this week. So very quickly, because we have a very, very awesome session in the end of the meeting today at 9:30 from a very, very renowned and a very, accomplished Gautam, who's going to share with us. So what I'm going to now do is, let's quickly get started. One second, let me spin this for nothing. So for a lot of new people today, so what we're going to do is, this is a business referral and a business sharing session. What we do is your phone books today and all the contacts in your phone books today belong to everyone else who's attending this meeting today. So what we do is you introduce yourself and you quickly ask whose contact or connection you want to scale and grow whatever you're doing. So we believe that most entrepreneurs need new references and new leads, which does not mean that everyone who's attending this meeting today is your next business contact or your next customer or your next client. What it really means is if you correctly connect with the 7 people around you, and if you can actually connect correctly with the 7 people around each of those 7 people, this is a law called the 6 degrees of separation. If you can actually network correctly by connecting to the network of your network, you can potentially connect to the full population of the world, the entire 7 billion population of the world. So that's how powerful networking can be. So this is an opportunity to change your current circle. This is an opportunity to connect to another person who's not in your standard network and use it well to connect with his contact list and his contact book and his phone book and see how you can extend your network and get a new reference and connection to grow your business. How this works is there's two ways of sharing a contact, okay? And I urge you all to share willingly. There's two ways of sharing. If you know the person already, like if I know Gaurav already, if I know Ashita very well already, if I know Nand Kumar already, and I've had some talks and I've seen him before many times, I have a certain trust or I have certain faith that, okay, maybe he will be able to handle well. So for those sort of references that you're giving to maybe Geeta or to Akhilesh or anything like that, you will say, yeah, call this guy. This is the contact. I worked with him maybe 5 years back, 10 years back. Call him, use my name as a reference. But then again, there will be some sect of newcomers who are here today. Like I don't know Upasana. I don't know Sarita. I don't know maybe Zulfi or something like that, Ali. So if I'm not sure about them, please, we urge you, don't stop yourself from sharing that contact anyway. There are contacts in your phone books which are sitting, doing nothing, because you've already done some work with them in the past. But today that contact would be useful to someone else. So if you still don't know Upasana, you don't know, Sarita or anything, still share that contact with them. And you can tell them, do not use my name. Easy peasy. You can always share a contact, say, don't use my name. So now you don't look sleazy and you don't know how well he will take care of your contact or not. And let's all, when someone says don't use it, please don't use it. You can say you can got it from a database, you got it from wherever, okay? So this platform is about sharing leads and connections. Let's quickly get to it. We have given a link in the chat. Please, you've got to fill your introduction in that. And that's the only way you will get to call yourself and introduce yourself. We will not take today anyone who fills in the link after, say, another half an hour more. After 9, we will not accept any more. By 9, we need a session coming up with Gautam so that we can learn a little bit as well. So I'll start with mine so that you all know how it goes. And then I'll teach you a little bit more as we start along how we work. So hi, this is Alifia Sura. I run a company called Rooftop Sales. Rooftop Sales is about helping businesses win more clients and win more customers for themselves. Probably their sales pitch is wrong, or they're, something they're doing wrong because of which you're not able to convert clients and customers. So we help you with a sales strategy. Now my ask is, because we immediately come to the ask, my ask is I'm doing a training workshop on the 28th of April. It will be a 2-weekend training program. It will be 2 weekends. I love to do it on weekends because sales is a skill which you learn from. It's not a theory lesson. You've got to practice and then you come back in the class and see what you can do better. So it will be a 2-day workshop on the 28th of April and the following Saturday. I want you to give me references of anyone who would benefit from a crash course on a sales blueprint for targets achieving this year, whatever your sales business plans are. So please share those references with me. And how it works now is in the chat, use Alifia and your own name in the chat. If you are interested or anyone you know in your phone book could benefit from a training like this. Okay, so put Alifia and your own name in the chat if you know anyone would like to come for a training like this. All right, super. Thanks, Willie. Thanks, Ashita. Again, you may not need it yourself. Any business owner anywhere in the world would need a training where they improve their sales. Okay, good. Okay, now I have Nitin next and then Ashita after. So Nitin, go ahead. Let's keep your introductions up to 30 seconds and focus on ask. Whose contact you want is what you need. So people will access their phone books and come back with that contact for you. So go ahead, Nitin. Is he here?
Before we take Nitin on, can we have a photograph?
Yeah, we can.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to disturb, but my video has been disabled by the host. That's what it says.
Gaurav.
Hey,
Well,
mine
Ashita,
too.
you were on your mobile, and that's
Yeah.
not a very pleasant thing for the others saying,
Yeah.
what's happening here, yaar? मोबाइल पे बात करनी है, वीडियो बंद करो, मोबाइल पे बात करो.
Yeah, I switched it off, Gaurav. I went out. That's why.
I switched it off for you.
Okay, I'm extremely sorry. I had an urgent call.
Okay, guys, let's
Things
take
go a
quick
long way.
picture. Everyone pretty and happy. Shantanu, glad to see you.
Bharat, come on video.
Issues with the link.
Gaurav, you have
Anupama.
disabled mine as well.
Of course, you were on video on your mobile.
Gaurav, don't be a bad principal.
I am like a headmaster today.
Okay,
We are
guys,
serious
Gaurav, you're
people
clicking
here.
now.
Gaurav, you have to give
Gaurav,
exemption to the birthday girl. You can't be strict on this day. If you switch her off today, she will be switching
Zulfi
off
coming?
for the entire year.
No.
Zulfi coming?
Hey,
Okay,
we
hi,
have
Anil.
Anil with us.
Okay,
And my
click.
friend James dropped off
Sorry.
because he's on his mobile. Zulfi is driving.
Gauravji, good morning. Alifia, good morning.
Morning, Anil. Park on the side, Anil. We'll have a clickety-click.
Yeah. I'm on drive. I parked the car now.
Mudit, बैठ जाओ.
Mudit to hamesha humko scenery dikhata hai. I mean, why are we talking in Hindi today, Habibi?
Because I want Wali to learn more Hindi.
Okay, done.
No, I'm not clicking. Alifia, can you click, please?
Okay, fine. I clicked already, but I'll take one more.
Okay. We have Anil in the house.
I'm glad you didn't say he's on the house.
He's on fire.
All right. Nitin is here. Okay, let's have Akhilesh.
Alifia, I've already received.
Can I
Let me
start
check.
now? Am I
Nita,
audible?
yes, I got it. Yes, sir.
Okay. So good morning, EC members, for the wonderful meeting today. And I'm Akhilesh Agarwal from Noida, India. And I had a visit last week in Dubai. And I had a wonderful meeting with birthday girl Anupma, as well as Mr. Sachin Arya, who has taken a podcast with me. Okay, he will be sharing the details very soon in the group. And I'm a crypto coach, and I help business owners, consultants, affiliate marketers, and crypto investors to create a system and to learn how to earn passive income by using crypto education, as well as they can create a system to earn passive income using crypto education. And I can connect you with a private equity fund in India, and you can connect me, anyone who would like to enter in crypto space, who would like to learn about crypto education. Okay, so that's my talk today. Thank you.
Wow, brilliant. Very clear pitch. So guys, put Akhilesh and your own name in the chat if you have a reference to give him. So again, give willingly. The law of karma works like this. The more you give, the more you will receive. You may not receive from the same person that you give to, but you will receive in different ways and different forms. So crypto is a very hazy, very complicated, very scary world if you don't know. And it's always good to have a hand holding. If you know anyone who's lost a lot of money in crypto, connect them with Akhilesh. Maybe they need to educate themselves. Okay, let's have Ashita.
We had a wonderful education session last week. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to have a session last week. Thank you.
Yes.
Once again.
And I think it was very brief. We only got the fundamentals and foundations of crypto. So if everyone is interested, you can raise to Gaurav, and maybe we can do a longer session about how to really go passive with crypto. So if that was of interest, the last session that he did, we can do a dedicated session, a longer one, how to increase passive income with crypto.
Thank you.
Okay. Ashita, go now, and then we'll have Gaurav after.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashita Rubin. The name of my company is Coffee Bean Studio. We are a filmmaking and animation production house. So when we started the company in 2011, animation was considered as something that is used for the entertainment of children. But today, animation is used for promoting products, services. So we create 2D animated explainer videos, 3D animated installation videos for any kind of manufacturing companies. I'm looking to connect with automobile industry because they are the people who would require 3D installation videos, which is trending a lot and which helps the company in promoting and explaining their products properly. So that's what I'm looking for. Thank you so much. Ashita from Coffee Bean Studio.
Brilliant. So guys, if you know the marketing in any automobile company anywhere in the world, so Ashita, just for everyone else also. So when you say I want to connect with the automobile, you are the expert in your industry and in your domain, right? So you know the GM of automobile is not going to help. You know the salespeople in the automobile industry is not going to really help. But maybe you can just clarify that you want the HR contact or you want the marketing contact or who's contact in the automobile. And of course, if you don't have that contact, we can always give the salesperson's contact in the automobile and they can reference her to someone else. But if you know whose department of that organization will be helpful for you, let's spell it out for all of us. Don't assume we understand. So I'm guessing the marketing.
Yeah, marketing head would be the best or the CEO.
Okay, so the marketing or the CEO in any automobile industry, that's the contact she needs. So I'm sure different people come across different people. Anywhere you know a marketing or a CEO of any automobile company, that's the contact Ashita is looking for today. And rightly said, video is the way to do it, and animation videos about how that car was created will bring in more loyalty from the customers, because more education is more decision. The more details you know about a certain product, you will cling to it a lot more. Let's have Gaurav and then we'll have Anupama after.
Morning, everyone. Once again, Gaurav Paul. I am based in Dubai since 1997, which means I'm celebrating my silver anniversary for Alifia, because Alifia keeps confusing whether it's 20 years or 25 years. It's 25 years, Alifia. And I represent various companies which want to come into Dubai or the Middle East to do business. My latest sign up, so to say, is a company called Infosys. No, not Infosys of Narayan Murthy, stroke Rishi Sunak. No, this is called Infosys Studios. This was registered in Dubai 20 years ago. And what we do at Infosys Studios is provide innovative solutions to people who are in the real estate business, people who are in the government domain, where they want to make the customer experience or the public experience better, and the exhibition space where people want to go in and make their stands memorable through use of technology. So in future, I will share more details about Infosys Studios, but I'd love to connect with people, say in the marketing department, who participate in exhibitions, so that I can pitch to them and get them on board and give them innovation on a platter. Thank you.
So brilliant, guys. So put Gaurav and your own name in the chat if you know any marketing department where he can pitch the innovation
from Infosys.
Innovation from Infosys. Brilliant. So guys, put Gaurav and your own name in the chat. Excellent. Anupama, go now, and then we'll have Walid after.
Thank you, Alifia, and good morning to you all beautiful people. And thank you very much for those warm wishes on my birthday. This is Anupama from 4C Integrated Communicators. We are a marketing communications agency based here in Dubai. And as I always say, I'm looking for businesses who are interested or aspiring to launch in the UAE or in the Middle East, because those are the people we support in terms of their marketing domain, getting them set up, getting them promoted, and taking them forward to achieve their business goals. I do not have any ask per se this week, but of course, as usual, a 45 minutes consultation anytime of your convenience. Find out if you are in the process and in the race to launch in this particular geographical location. That's all from me. Over to you, Alicia.
Brilliant. So guys, always marketing comes before sales, and marketing and branding and positioning is extremely key and important. Put Anupama and your own name in the chat. If you know any business who's trying to set up, who don't have the right branding, who don't have the right reputation, who don't have the right technology, she can actually mentor and guide them. She's extremely experienced and has done multiple businesses in the past. Brilliant. Waleed, go now, and then we'll have Mudit after.
Good morning, Entrepreneurs Connect. Thank you, Alifia, for this amazing platform. Do you know that each business has an identity? And do you know that your identity is your intellectual property? Because if you have a clear identity, such as innovative, patent, then people will know you like a technology you are using now, which is iPhone, Samsung. People will know you through your identity. If you have a certain brand, for example, let us say Starbucks or Hardee's, people will know you through your identity. If you have a copyright, like a publication or something related to audio or songs, people will know you through your identity. So do you think that this identity has an intangible value that can be monetized, that can be licensed, that can be franchised, that can be assigned to other companies, and you will get your return of investment on your IP? This is Walid bin Jam'an from United Trademark and Patent Services. I am here to support you and your clients to get their intellectual property to the next step. Thank you so much.
Very beautifully pitched, Waleed. So it was very clear and extremely important, something that we tend to ignore. So he's based in the UAE. Anyone from even India who want to extend their brand to the Middle East, you have to make sure your names, your logos are available in the local market, because you may start doing all the marketing exercise, extending your Indian brands here, but you may not have that available. And you may be competing with someone else without you knowing, because you're not here fully yet. So connect Waleed. So put Waleed and your own name in the chat. Again, maybe you don't need it for your own company. Someone in your phone book needs it. Someone in your phone book needs it. And again, 2 ways of sharing. Use your name, don't use your name. So please give willingly. Put Waleed and your own name in the chat. I'm sure there is at least one person in the world you know who needs intellectual property for their business, or who is not doing it right. Maybe he can educate them. Okay, let's have Mudit now, and then we'll have Nand Kumar after.
Hi guys, my name is Mudit Bagaria. Good morning, everyone. I am a fashion and advertising photographer, commercial and advertising photographer, dealing in fashion and interior photography as a niche part. And I have just connected with one of the major clients over here in Dubai, in Delhi, which is the interior designer by the name of Vareja Bajaj, and recently completed another great project with her. And the output is awesome, and we are making more other collaborations with her. So this is the news for me right now. Second on the part is I am looking for connections again in the interior and fashion industry. And my gives is digital marketing heads and also real estate consultants. Thank you. This is Mudit Bagaria signing off.
Wow, brilliant. So real estate consultants, which country? India or globally, or?
Majorly in India.
In India.
Majorly in India, but I can talk to them for connecting them in Dubai as well.
Okay, brilliant. So guys, put Mudit and your own name in the chat. He's a fashionista and definitely makes everything look nice and better. And video is the way to do it. Fake it till you make it if you're not there yet. So get a good photographer, a good videographer, and scale up before you're actually there. Okay, so put Mudit and your own name in the chat. Let's have Nand Kumar and then we'll have Sumit after.
Good morning, friends. My name is Nand Kumar Menon. I represent a company called Leo Cybertech. I just have a simple 3-point agenda for all of you. Convert your business to a brand, make your brand roar in your market, and once you make the right noise, help you get the lion's share of the market. That's all. That's one of the reasons why we call ourselves Leo Cybertech, the lion of the cyber world. Thank you.
Wow. So you cannot scale after a point without technology is something that I always say. It's only a new business initially needs sales, but after that you need technology, you need systems. Otherwise you will never be able to take care of the more number of clients and customers that your business potentially can onboard. So use Nand Kumar, he's extremely gifted. Anyone, again, you have it, have the requirement, or anyone in your phone book has the requirement. So anything IT, ERP, CRM, he's our man. Okay, let's have Sumit and then we'll have Bharat after.
Hi, this is Sumit here, and again, good morning to all, and a very lovely platform. I'm basically, into corporate wellness programs, into emotional, physical, and financial health programs for corporates, where we actually try and understand first the wellness score of each employee, and then give them personalized plans to help improve their health and wellness. And we have a very scientific way of going about this. We use AI for nutrition, AI for exercise, and AI for screening. And of course, complemented by excellent experts from all over the globe. So that's me, and I am into IT consulting as well, but I think I'll focus on the corporate wellness. And the ask is to try and connect me to any corporates that might be keen, especially leadership teams who might be keen to go through a corporate wellness program. They will have a functional medicine coach, lifestyle medicine coach, and also nutritionists and others who will get you back to nature in some sense and help improve the health. Thank you so much.
Wow, brilliant. So guys, corporate wellness is extremely key. So put Sumit and your own name in the chat if you know any corporates that he could engage with. And I'm guessing it would be normally the HR departments in the organizations. So connect him with multinational HR because that's where this corporate wellness programs really happen. I'm really waiting for the day when AI can just make us lose weight on its own without us doing anything. Because AI is everywhere now and it just tells us what to do. But why do we need to do? Can they just do it for us? Hopefully one day. Yes, Gaurav, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say that I see a lot of new people here today. So welcome to you all. Please join our WhatsApp group. You have earned the right to be on our WhatsApp group because that's the way the cookie crumbles. Unless you come to a meeting, you can't join that WhatsApp group. We have Anupama who's shared that link. If you see in the chat, please join the group. Thanks.
Super. Thanks, Gaurav, for that. So guys, everyone, Sumit and your own name. Wellness is extremely important. The amount of stress in the corporate world, it's not worth it. Most people are losing health to wealth. That rhymes. So guys, wellness is extremely key and important. Put Sumit and your own name in the chat. If you know anyone who is working the toil and not doing enough of a balance, so he can get some guidance. Bharat, go now, and then we'll have Anantha after.
Hello, fellow listeners. This is your extended arm in Hong Kong. This week, I'm focusing in India, and I would be visiting the India Soft Expo at the Pragati Maidan. I'm representing them for the Hong Kong Greater Bay Area. So anyone would like to meet me, especially the IT companies in the group or your IT friends. I'm looking to meet influencers and decision makers in these companies who would like to expand from Hong Kong. This is your extended arm signing off. Back to you, Alicia.
Brilliant. So guys, put Bharat and your own name in the chat. Hong Kong Connect locally, to be someone present in Hong Kong, it could cost a lot of money to most companies, but he's actually based locally in Hong Kong. So if any company who's doing imports or exchanging connection or, Hong Kong is the closest to China. So a lot of export import is still happening from there. And the production has started, availability has started, markets are picked up. So connect Bharat and your own name in the chat. Let's have Ananta and then we'll have Geeta after.
Good morning, everybody. This is Ananta, co-founder of Onwards and Upwards, an educational consultancy firm having bouquet of tools and platforms for educational institutions. I am seeking connection with academic director or school management in India to add value through our approved e-learning tool, which is catering from junior KG up to the 12th grade, covering all the subjects. And we also provide white labeling facility to the school along with a free LMS. So please connect me to school management and also book supplies to the schools in India. Padega bacha, tabhi to badega India. Thank you.
Gaurav, can you translate?
Well, Ananta's platform.
No, just Parega Bacha. That's the one I'm talking about. The
Okay.
Hindi I'm talking about. I'm not talking of a second picture.
Okay. If children study, then they can move forward in life.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, excellent. So, guys, put Ananta. I loved his clarity of ask, where he said, "Give me education heads in India, in the schools, heads of education in the schools in India." So clear. And the more clear it is, the more accurate your connections that you will get from the platform is always. So the more clear we are, the better it is. So guys, put Ananta and your own name. I'm sure everyone knows at least one institute and the head of that institute. You can say, here's the principal's contact. Don't use my name. How cool is that? So just give him that contact and let him do what he has to do. All right. Extremely key and important. Geeta, go next. Anupama or Bharat, if you can, Gaurav, if you can put the link again, because there are a few people who came last. And one more thing, guys, we're not just writing names. So this is a very unique networking platform. Your people have given their name and told you that I will help you. And it's only your duty to call them back and say, Yalla, you said you will help me. What do you have for me? Right? So this is actually called permission marketing. He's actually giving you permission to call him. Okay, so guys, it's our own responsibility that anyone who's offered help. So if it's your name and the person next to it, those 5-6 people who offered help to you, the least you should do is call them up and say, how can you support me? This is what I pitched. Tell me how you can support me. Okay, so that's the least that we should do as a self-responsibility. Go ahead, Geeta.
Good morning, everyone. Geeta Krishnan here, your gratitude lady. I just want to share a small story. I just watched a little video today, which talked about a gentleman having a huge, big Lamborghini, and he was flying on the road. And he was looking at the helicopter on top, and he was like saying that I should have that. I don't have that. Next to the Lamborghini, there was this guy in a huge, a roadside car, road trip car, and he looked at this guy, Lamborghini guy, and he's like, oh, you know what? I should have this car. The next guy next to him had a simple, regular moving car, and he was like, he wanted to have this car. The next person to him, he was looking at this guy again, who was just in a regular, rickety, old rented car. Next to him was a person in a bicycle, and he wanted the car. Oh, if only I could own a car. There was a person who was walking, and he was like, oh, at least I should have a bicycle. I can't even own a bicycle. There was a person sitting in the veranda in a wheelchair, and he was looking at the person who was walking. Oh, he can go wherever he wants. He has 2 legs. So it's basically thinking, being grateful for what we have. And that is what I try to take to every organization, every company, making them realize how important it is to be grateful for what we have, especially what's going on around in this world right now. We should be really grateful. Specific ask is to reach out to HR heads in McDonald's, where I want to promote this idea more, because I see a lot of attrition in these fields. We can actually create employee turnover. We can help 10x your businesses with gratitude leadership strategies. That is my core focus. I also focus, and my keen focus right now is customer service, how you can handle and understand difficult customers, difficult clients, how you can be more interpersonal and more, understanding towards your clients, and empathetically create those opportunities for yourself. So this is Geeta Krishnan here from Gratitude Leadership. And let's all be more grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Geeta.
You're welcome, Gaurav. Thank you.
So grass is always greener on the other side, right? So everyone wants something that the other guy has. And that's how the world works. But it's very important to remember what we have and be grateful for what we already have. So guys, put Geeta and your own name in the chat. She's one of the very, very accomplished, very well, highly achieved individuals. And it's always lovely to have her amongst us. So guys, make use of her if she's there and she's offering support and offering help. Let's give her the contacts of McDonald's. And, when you see sometimes when you see a big name like McDonald's, maybe someone knows someone in KFC, or in Dubai, at least someone may know someone in Americana, which owns all the KFCs here and stuff like that. So, all right, brilliant. So Geeta, you have a few names. Do reach out to them this week. Let's have Hemant and Shantanu after. So, and the guys, the rest of the people who haven't filled the link, please fill in your introduction in the link. That's the only way we get to introduce ourselves. Anupama shared the link at 8:46 a.m. Dubai time. So Hemant, go now, and then we'll have Shantanu.
Upasna and Samir, have you filled up the link? Samir, I'll share the link. Do join.
Good morning, everybody. So I'm traveling in the metro, so I will have interruption from the metro guy making announcements. So announcements from my side. Hi, I'm Hemant Jain, life coach, business coach, team coach. Today, let me talk about the business coaching angle. My offer from last week still stands for members who are attending today. Anybody who wants to have a 1-hour coaching conversation, it could be about life, about business. It's open for you to utilize. You just need to connect to me and you have your hour, get your questions answered. A specific ask for today is, I'm looking to connect to restaurant owners, and if there is also a hotel owner with a single hotel, not a chain of hotels, so a single hotel owner and the restaurant owners. The conversation essentially is going to be about my role as the regional director for the Alpha Group, where it's all about business coaching. We help business owners double their business value in 2 years' time, very predictably, through peer-to-peer executive boards and problem-solving masterminds. So that's me, Hemant Jain. Over to you, Alicia.
Brilliant. So Hemant, you already have a lot of names. So guys, business coaching, clarity coaching, extremely key and important. We are lost in our own world. And sometimes just by speaking it out to someone who's not judging you, a third party who doesn't necessarily know you, can bring in a lot of clarity. So it's extremely, extremely key. And give him any contacts of business owners, hotel owners and restaurant owners, individual, not group chains and stuff. So Hemant, you got a few names, you reach out to them. Shantanu, let's have you next.
Yes, thank you, Olivia. Good morning, all. My name is Shantanu Raste, and my company name is Dr. Smita's Herbal Laboratories. As this name implies, we are in herbal manufacturing company since 23 years now. And we are in local Indian market as well as we are in export also. Recent success story, I have got a 3 lakh piece order from Senegal. That is the 40-feet container. We have already, that is on the way to Senegal, Dakar. So that is the recent success story. And right now I'm looking for some of the contacts from Middle East, not only in Dubai, but in another countries also, Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. So that is my ask. My gives, I'm a member of Export Promotion Council in India. 19 years, I'm the member of Chemixil, Pharmaxil, FICI, FIO. So if anybody wants that contacts, definitely, I will definitely try to give you that contacts. And let's hope that EC 2.0 will have a very good conference in future in Dubai, and we can definitely have a group from India to Dubai again for that. Thank you.
Yes, of course. So Shantanu's been our avid, member, and for the longest time, it was lovely to host him in Dubai as well. But he sleeps, eats, and dreams pharmaceutical and medical and herbal and chemicals. I mean, it's amazing, and they have a way of putting it all in powder and giving medicines and shipping them out. So you don't have bulky this thing, and you can actually use these powerful herbal ingredients into any other medicines as well. So it's truly powerful what he does, guys. So connect him to anything pharmaceutical, anything medical. And I think this week he's looking for in the MENA, connections in the MENA in this industry, pharmaceutical, medicine, healthcare, anything. So connect Shantanu to any of those contacts. Again, remember, share your name or don't share your name. So 2 ways of sharing. All right, so now I'm almost running out. Let's have Anju, and then we'll have Nitin after. And then I have...
Thanks, Olivia.
Yes, hi Anju.
Hi, thanks for this platform again. Olivia, your tips have been working fine for me. I'm able to survive in business world. Thanks for that. So, and within business world for social contribution, I'm hiring again people who do not have job options otherwise, but they really want to work with flexi hours, work from home or on site, because there are people who literally want to go out and work, and there are people who want to work but can't go out. So I'm open to both the categories. And I am part of IFPIC, a platform which has diluted stakeholders from abroad. So if somebody is interested, I can connect with people in IFPIC also. Thank you so much.
Wow, brilliant. So well done. And it's your persistence, Anju, that congratulations for that, and clarity that you get from different people. Excellent, guys. She is an HR professional and has been in the industry for the longest amount of time, and she set off on her own as a self-professional and doing super well. So connect Anju for any technical jargons, policies, procedures, HR, hiring, firing, helping people get jobs, everything that she can do. So you really need that human HRI. You cannot, I don't think, if you don't have that expertise completely, you will cut corners. Yes, Gaurav?
This is the last and final call for anyone who wants to introduce himself or herself or itself, because we'll start at 9 with Gautam.
Yeah. Yes. So we've got 4 minutes, so I'm going to go faster. Silky, you'll get the link. Gaurav, she needs the link, but Silky will introduce you in the end, because people who came in very late, we will introduce you in the end if time allows. Okay. So let's have Nitin, and then we'll have Upasna and Samir after, and then we'll go to the next session.
Morning, everyone. My name is Nitin Chandra. Somebody express something?
No, go ahead.
I have a company known as Vershesh Industries Private Limited. We are into IT and the whole gamut of IT domain. If you wish to discuss your IT issues, most welcome. My name is Nitin Chandra, Vershesh Industries Private Limited. Thank you. I'm in Delhi based, just to clarify that.
Brilliant. So guys, connect Nitin, put Nitin and your own name in the chat, anything IT. Like I said, if you don't have the right technology, you cannot scale after a certain point. You need technology, and here there are Nikhil and Nankumar and all who can guide you, or just brainstorm what you're already doing and see what you have gaps in your structure. Let's have Upasana, and then we'll have Samir after.
Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm not sure how I fit in here. I do not run a business. I am a data scientist and I work at United Health Group. I have expertise in US healthcare and pharmaceutical industry. I also teach machine learning in an educational institute. I teach master's students. So I potentially can connect people who want to connect with our HR at United or educational at St. Joseph's Bangalore, basically. I also run something called a Coffee Connect, which is a group of people who meet every Saturday and we talk about being ethical, moral at work, and being more efficient while maintaining a moral stand. So something that I do. Happy to connect, happy to be here.
Great to have you with us, Upasana.
Yes,
By the way, we are
Upasana.
all entrepreneurs. Like we are all salesmen or salespeople, we are all entrepreneurs.
Yes, well said, Gaurav. So Upasana, you have a few names since you're new to the platform. You reach out to them on WhatsApp, on whatever, and see how they want to collaborate or connect with you. Shantanu, you don't want to collaborate with her? She does medical and she even teaches healthcare and stuff like
Yes,
that.
absolutely. I will just write down her name in the chat.
Okay, lovely. Okay, Sachin, sorry. Samir, go next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Samir here. I'm an executive coach, career coach. I move people from confusion to clarity. This is what I do. Every week on Mondays, I host a Turning Point, which is a space where people can come in, a safe space that is created for people to unlock themselves, discover themselves, and sit on the hot seat and identify what is blocking them. It's a free to attend session every Monday. Would invite all of you to join there. My specific ask this week or this time, or this is the first time I'm coming over here, is for Hatem Davidar. Hatem Davidar is the group CEO of Etisalat, and I'm looking to have him as a guest on my podcast, Awesome Workers. So I would like to interview him. And if any of you have any connect, that would be great.
Brilliant. Guys, you've got to connect with Samir. He's awesome because he has a platform called Awesome Workers and he has a book called Awesome Cup, and he's really a performance mindset, anything and everything. If you've got blockages in anything, he can actually unblock, and he has ways to do that, really gifted ways of doing that. So put Samir and your own name in the chat. And of course, if you know anyone in Etisalat, that's the reference he's looking for. They have a very beautiful platform with the who's who of the world globally have been on it. And that's why he's looking for the CEO of Etisalat on it. So if anyone know anyone in Etisalat, please do reference him so that he can find his way up there. So that note, we are done with the list. Sarita, why didn't you say hi? She hasn't filled the link though, but she's been here from the start. So I just wanted to allow her to say hi.
Yeah, hi. Morning, everybody. So I'm Sarita, and I was connected to Alicia by phone, so I should tell you. So the first, just introduce myself. I am a full-time mom now, but
your audio is not very clear, Sarita.
I'll translate.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I just repeat myself for those who didn't hear me. I'm Sarita, and I was connected to Alicia by Samir around 10 days ago, probably. And I am currently a full-time mom. I have been a corporate banker in the past. I am an international career coach, and I have been taking a break from my career. And Alicia and I are connecting now to see if I can help Alicia in any way with her company. And hopefully we will take it somewhere. I'm looking forward to it. So that's my introduction for now.
All the
Excellent.
best, Sarita.
Thank you.
Wish you the
Thank you
best
so
of
much.
luck with your next journey of your career, and looking forward to have you inspiring a lot many with everything that you do.
Thank you.
Excellent. So with that note, Gaurav, back to you. Take over. And then whoever's not yet introduced, you can still fill the link and we'll try to see if you can come back in the end.
Okay, I have 20 seconds to introduce our speaker. Gautam Sengupta is known to me for the last 24 years. He runs Market Vision. Before he started Market Vision along with his wife, which is a consulting firm, he worked with the Tatas. He represented them in the hotel business in Dubai. So he also chartered and founded TAI in Dubai. He was also their past president, probably their first president in Dubai, way back in 2003, I think. So great to have you here with us, Gautam. All yours.
Thanks. Thank you very much. And good morning to all of you. I want to thank Gaurav, Alifia, and Sabari, and all the others for giving me this opportunity. I thought I'd share with you what I have learned and understood about entrepreneurship over a 40-year industry career now. 25 of the last 25 have been as an entrepreneur myself, during which time I have done work with TAI, as Gaurav explained to you. And prior to that, I worked with Tatas for 17 years. I thought it would be interesting to share what I have learned from the perspective of what are the factors I found critical to success for entrepreneurship. And my suggestion is that we go in the following format. I speak with you for maybe 15-20 minutes and share my experiences, my little bit of knowledge. And then we'll open up to questions and answers from any and all of you, where if you raise your hand, Gaurav, as the administrator, promises that he will unmute your mic and we can hear your questions so that I can get the opportunity to answer that. Alternatively, you could actually write in the chat box and I'll try and access that and try and answer your question. But to start, one of the first things I've learned about entrepreneurship is that regardless of how similar everyone's path seems to be, the reality is that every entrepreneur's journey is completely unique. And that is largely because entrepreneurs come from different backgrounds, for one. They have different needs, and they have completely different pathways to success. Now, I'll explain to you by sharing with you what backgrounds I've seen entrepreneurs come from in the years that I have been working in this area. And you'll see for yourself how diverse they are. The first type of entrepreneur that I would identify is, say, for example, an accountant in an accounting firm who says, I will go out, use my education, use my industry experience, and start an accounting firm. So he really moves from one accounting firm to his own accounting firm. But there's a second kind of entrepreneur who is an accountant and who says, I will start a restaurant, which is something that he knows nothing about, not familiar at all. And so these are entrepreneurs who come into the business with an idea, which may be or may not be backed by education and industry experience. Now, if you're lucky, you're the second kind of entrepreneur where you come out and say, I want to set up an entrepreneurial business. And you have a client the day before you actually set up your business. For example, the same accountant who was to set up an accounting firm. If he was to set up an accounting firm with a client from his current accounting firm who says, if you set up your own company, I will be your first client, then his great fear of where his first rupee is going to come from is taken care of. And that is a situation that is hugely fortunate for any entrepreneur starting on work. The third category that I'll identify is the entrepreneur who comes from a family business. Now, this guy has a completely different background. He is being mentored and handheld by his father, his uncles, his grandfather in business ecospheres at breakfast, at lunch, and dinner. How many of us who come from the corporate world or otherwise have such a benefit, when we start our entrepreneurial journey? So that is a distinct third category. And the fourth category is an unfortunate category where people have to seek entrepreneurial opportunities because they've lost a job. And we know of many people through our understanding of the COVID period, when people lost their jobs and had no chara, but to actually set up something on their own. In Dubai, I have seen people who set up consulting, taking a desk in a business center and started becoming a consultant, or a data analytics guy from an individual perspective. But this would be largely because of circumstances. It could be a recessionary thing, it could be a COVID or whatever. But these four categories of entrepreneurs essentially, to my mind, constitute 90 to 95% of the entrepreneurs that I have been exposed to in my time. Now, they are all very different, which is why I was saying that it's a unique journey, the entrepreneurial journey. But there is one thing common in all these cases, and that commonness is that entrepreneurship requires a huge amount of effort. It's not something that you just slide into and become successful at. Huge effort required. You look at the example of, say, a Sachin Tendulkar or a Rahul Dravid, the number of hours we know, if we follow cricket, the number of hours that they devoted to practice and how they gave up other pleasures of life. Virat Kohli is a good example now. He says that he looked in the mirror and he says, this is not a man I like. And then he went into a food regimen and an exercise regimen where he would be among the fittest athletes on earth. And all this he did for his cricket career to be enhanced. Now, these musicians, Zakir Hussain, somebody like a great sitar player like Ravi Shankar, or a great guitar player like Mark Knopfler, all these guys put in a huge amount of effort into honing their skill and making it a skill that they could use for entrepreneurial purposes. This is a body that you would call a propreneur, a professional entrepreneur. But this is true also of entrepreneurs in the perspective of entrepreneurship that you and I understand, which is in a business environment. Let me give you two examples. One is Sanjeev Bikhchandani, who you all know for Naukri.com and Shadi.com. Now, Sanjeev Bikhchandani is a graduate of IIM Ahmedabad, one of the premier institutes in the country. He graduated in 1981. Now, in those days, we didn't even know how to spell entrepreneurship. When you graduated from an IIM, you look for a job. It could be an Indian company, it could be an MNC, it could be a family business, but essentially you look for a job. You didn't, like I said, even know how to spell entrepreneurship. In that environment, Sanjeev Bikhchandani went into his garage and started building his Naukri.com. And there were times when his friends in companies like Hindustan Lever or Tata, whatever, would be traveling on work, and they would be traveling business class, and they'd be going out for dinner in expensive places because they had entertainment allowances from their company. And Sanjeev could not do anything of that. All he was doing was working hard to see how he could build up Naukri.com. And that's an example. And another example from a family business is Harsh Mariwala, who came out of Bombay. I think it was called Bombay Oil Industries, which was the Mariwala Group's company, where they made coconut oil, and they had begun to do health oils, health vegetable oils. But he took the knowledge, he joined the company. He spent a lot of time in the marketplace. He got to know dealers, he got to know suppliers, he got to know consumers, he got to know retailers and the problems they were having selling his product. And he then branched out and formed Marico, which became an Indian MNC that began to effectively compete with companies like Hindustan Lever and Procter & Gamble, which, by the way, in those days was known as Richardson Hindustan Limited. So the value of hard work, it's true even in the case of the Bill Gates and the Apple, Steve Jobs, etc., who the story goes, we only know as people who didn't even need to finish college in order to be so successful in life. But that's not the whole story. And that does not mean that everybody who drops out of college is going to become the next Bill Gates. Bill Gates had access in the 60s and 70s to a computer where he was doing coding and filling fields. We used to have cards for computers called Hollerith field cards. And it was laborious stuff. In order to be able to write a program, you had to go through thousands of Hollerith field sheets. And he was fortunate. Circumstances helped him. He had the access to a computer, but he spent his 10,000 hours. And that's the point I'm trying to make to you. There is so much effort required in order to be a successful entrepreneur. that there is such a thing as which is called the 10,000-hour rule, made famous by theorists like Malcolm Gladwell, etc., where it says, unless you put in your 10,000 hours, you are not going to succeed in what it is that you want to do. And we know that the Sachin Tendulkars and the Roger Federers and the Serena Williams and the Zakir Hussains and the Steve Jobs and the Harsh Mariwalas all put in their 10,000 hours. So that's the second thing I want to tell you, I wanted to share with you. Now, essentially by saying to you that you need your 10,000 hours, what I'm saying to you also is you can't go in blind. You can't go in with an idea and say, I'm going to make a success of this. You got to put in work. You can't go in blind. You cannot continue to be blind as you grow. What is essential to my mind for any entrepreneurial venture to succeed is that you plan. You have a product. What is that product? Do you have it very clear in your mind? I see the Entrepreneurs Connect, people present their product beautifully. But I've known a lot of entrepreneurs in my time where they're not able to really say in 2 sentences, 3 sentences, 4 sentences, 2 minutes, what exactly is the product and or the service that they're providing. But that's only the first thing. And that's where the idea really comes. The next thing is there a market for it? Who's going to buy this product? And if you think there is a market for it, is that market growing? What is the size of that market? Is there space for somebody like me to come in and start a company which will try and take a share of that market? Which then brings me to what is competition? Are there other people in the market that I am trying to attack or to service? Are there other people in the market who offer a product which is similar to mine? At what price? How are they selling? Which markets are they trying to capture? Unless I know that, which is an important feature of the market and the workplace that I want to be involved in, I'm not going to be able to succeed. Forget about funding. Forget about funding for the time being. I'll talk to you about funding, because a lot of entrepreneurs say that funding is the biggest issue in failing of entrepreneurial ventures. I tend not to agree completely with that. But there is one other skill which every entrepreneur must have, and that is the ability to sell. You can have the best idea in the world, and you're not going to go anywhere with it unless you know how you can take that product or service that you have, take it to a market that is already inherently receptive to that product or service, and then be able to sell it physically. And selling requires an understanding of distribution, an understanding of price, an understanding of competition, an understanding of what are the parameters that are driving the market. It's a skill that is hugely useful. And so I marvel every time I see Alethea on Entrepreneurs Connect here, and she talks about what she does for companies. It is such an important skill. You see, you may have, as I said, the best idea in the world. What are you going to do with it? You're going to sit with it in your pocket unless you have the ability to sell it. Now, that's the starting of entrepreneurship. You have to have what I would term a business plan with the elements that I identified. But now let's assume that you've gone beyond that start phase and you're in the sustain phase or the growth phase. Now, the things that you've got to look out for, to my mind, in the growth and sustain phase are somewhat different from what they were in the initial start phase. And here you've got to look at one, of course, sales. Sales is very, very important. But number 2 is, how do you manage cash flows? Cash flows are significantly more important than generating revenues. You may generate revenues, but if that money is not coming into your account, how are you going to pay salaries? How are you going to pay suppliers? How are you going to run the business at the end of the day? So management of cash flows becomes an acutely important element in your drive to success. The third thing is you have to stay on track. You have to be able to sustain. You cannot move out of the sphere of influence that you've started to go into. If you have product A, you must look at how you can increase your product range by building extensions of product A. Or you would improve your product and make it a more pricey product with the basis that you have improved quality content within that product. But when I say to you, look at product range, what I'm saying is, if you are a manufacturer and marketer of switches, think of wiring, because that's an attendant product. If you are a seller of food and beverage through a cafeteria and or a restaurant, think of how you can expand your market through deliveries. I live in Dubai, like Gaurav, I've lived here for 20, 25 years. And I've never seen the amount of online deliveries in Dubai, online food deliveries from restaurants, that I see now as compared to what I saw before COVID. COVID opened up the industry completely, and it created a whole new market. Restaurants are no longer dependent upon diners who come into their restaurant space and become bums on seats. They are servicing probably more people sitting in their own homes and eating food that has been prepared and delivered by that restaurant. That's on product. Then markets. You have to look at new markets. Sometimes these new markets could be extensions of your existing market by building a larger client base or diversifying that client base. Or it could be like the gentleman who talked about herbal products said he has now sent his first shipment, 1 container, to Senegal. That's opening a whole new geographical market. And that is the kind of thing that you've got to continue to do. And it's not always necessary as an entrepreneur for you. For example, if I take the example of the switches and wiring that I spoke of, it's not necessary that you become a manufacturer of quality wiring. Build a relationship, build an alliance with somebody who already has wiring. And between the two of you, if you were selling 1 switch and he was selling 1 wire, if you combine, you will probably together sell 1 switch, 1 wire, and 1 switch plus wire. And so it's a benefit to both. And I honestly believe that alliances are going to be the way forward, because technology has opened up communication to the extent that it's so easy now to communicate and reach out to people anywhere in the world. I would say at this time, it's important for me to talk about funding, because no entrepreneur that I've spoken to has ever had a discussion with me without also talking about funding. And the common cry is, how do I grow my business? I don't have the funds. Now, the fact is, in my experience, I have seen more people set up entrepreneurial ventures in services. For example, the accounting case that we spoke of a little while ago. For example, somebody who becomes a consultant and has a desk in a business center. For example, a consultant who does research-based stuff. For example, somebody who sets up a data science team. Now, these businesses do not require huge financing. Huge financing is required if you want to set up a manufacturing unit. Yes, I agree. Or you want to set up a biotechnology unit. Yes, I agree. But those are few and far between. If you have 100 entrepreneurial instances, there will be 10, 15, 20 that require that kind of large finance. The smaller finance that is required by smaller service-oriented businesses do not necessarily have to look all the time at private equity, venture capital, Series A, Series B funding. Instead, just look to friends and relatives. Now, I'm not suggesting to you that you take money from friends and relatives as investment in your company for growth purposes. No, because if something goes wrong, you lose a relationship at the same time as you lose your corporation and your business, etc. That's not the wisest thing to do. But if a friend or a relative believes that you have a proposition that is good, you say to them, listen, I don't want to take the risk of ruining your relationship with me over time. So I'm not going to take your money. But if you are saying that you think this is a good idea, then why don't you connect me with someone you think you can discuss this with, who's not in my friend's domain or my relative's domain? And then you connect the two of us and let him do his own due diligence after you have explained to him. And if he wants to come in as an investor, let him come in. And we are not looking at big money. We are going back to what I was saying about the service business. So that, to my mind, is a manner in which financing requirements of smaller startup entrepreneurship ventures can be obtained very simply and with great credibility. Now, from the 5 or 6 times that I've attended these events, I know that many of you, or at least some of you, are in the startup phase. Many of you are in the growth sustain phase. And while I wish you luck, I'll share the last thing that I wanted to on this platform today, which is that it is always useful to have somebody you trust, somebody who is credible, to, for lack of a better word, to handhold you, to mentor you, and who becomes like a guiding force, a guiding person in your journey going forwards with your entrepreneurial venture. It helps hugely, because for one, in the growth phase and the sustain phase, I forgot to mention that an important thing is for you to build a team. If you're the ideator, you will have great control over product. But what do you know of HR? As your company grows, you will need people. You will need different age people. We talked a while ago about people who are below the age of 20 and people who are above the age of 60. There are different human resource needs that you have to satisfy for these two categories or other categories of people. What do you know of marketing? What do you know of sales? You may be a great computer guy who's going to be the next Bill Gates, but what do you know of social media? So to be able to build a team becomes an imperative at that stage where you're going into your growth and sustain phase. And that is critical. And this mentor would be independent of the team. He'd be the one or she'd be the one who sits with you on a one-to-one basis because you have a one-to-one rapport. And that person brings third-party, independent, completely fresh thinking, but based on a wide range of experience and a lot of time, etc., where he or she may have seen and heard and done a fair number of things. And that person's guidance through these phases could be pretty critical. I thank you very much for this time. And I'm very happy if Gaurav will help me identify any questions, as also any in the chat box. Please type in your questions here as Gaurav has suggested, or raise your hand to ask your question to Gautam. Briefly, please, as he says. Thank you.
Thank you, Gautam. That was amazing for entrepreneurs at whatever level, whether they are standing next to the swimming pool of entrepreneurship or swimming or getting a feeling that they're drowning. It's very useful advice, and I don't think we'll be able to do justice to getting an elaborate answer if anybody asks. So I will leave it at one question, whoever raises his hand. And of course, Bharat has his hand up. So Bharat, your question.
Well, my question, Gautam, thank you so much for this lovely reinforcement of belief that yes, we need teams, we need to understand what startup is all about and how we can do it. My question is, which has been which has been going through my mind for a very long time. In years, I have been an entrepreneur. Many times I find that professionals who try entrepreneurship fail. And not only fail, they give up their professional career as well. So is it a mindset which is important, or what happens?
See, Bharat Bhai, that's a very difficult question to answer because again, it is not just a bunch of professionals who gave up their job and became entrepreneurs who failed. It is a number of individuals who constitute that body of people that failed, and they could have each failed for different reasons. But I feel that people who come out of professional life, if they come in and say, I will do something entrepreneurial, which is in line with what I have learned in the corporation I work with, for the last so many years, they are the ones who are more likely to succeed. If, as in the example I gave you of an accountant coming out of an accounting firm and starting a restaurant, there is far greater chance that he will not be able to manage that business because he walks into that business without knowing anything about it. So he's completely reliant in the kitchen on the chef, completely reliant on the manager in the service area where the customers are sitting, and completely reliant on a back office guy who does or does not send out mailers, social media marketing opportunities. He doesn't know anything about this. If he does not come in with some degree of expertise into a business and the willingness to learn, how is he going to survive? It's a very competitive world to my mind.
Thank you, Gautam. We believe in equality. And as I started this meeting saying equal for everyone, Ashita, you represent the other side.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So thank you, Gautam ji, for that wonderful session. A question that I have is that I'm into filmmaking and animation, and my actual job is to market other products and services. So that's something that I specialize in. But when it comes to marketing my own business, at times there are certain limitations. As you just mentioned and gave an example of the accountant, I would be reliant on the marketing executive that I happen to hire. And depending on these marketing executives is something that I feel has not been a very good experience. What, according to you, should a person like me do for marketing?
You see, I am not suggesting that when you have to build a team, you have to build a team simply because you are zero in all those other areas. My experience is that entrepreneurs have a certain empathy, etc. They understand people, they understand markets. And if they understand markets, they understand marketing because they understand how to reach, where to reach out and what to say to people. But they cannot be a great marketing executive because the marketing executive is someone who has been tooled and skilled in marketing. It is someone who has worked in industry. It is someone who has probably had education in that. So while the entrepreneur will have certain ideas and which will be correct, he needs the support of a marketing executive to take the marketing thing forward on a one-to-one basis, which the entrepreneur himself or herself is never able to, because the entrepreneur typically is more involved in product and service than in these peripheral things like human resource, marketing, etc., finance. So that has to be understood. And there is huge need, but you will be able to control your marketing executive because at the end of the day, you know far better than he does where you want to go, why you want to go, how you want to go, and what are your product features that will appeal most to specific markets. That is my sense of it.
Thank you so much, Gautam.
Thank you, Gautam. Great.
Thanks.
On that note, fantastic session. I believe all of us have questions for you, but we will connect with you once Alifia shares the details of everybody who was on this meeting. Thank you, Gautam, for taking time to be our mentor. And I want to officially say that Gautam has accepted our invitation to mentor Entrepreneurs Connect 2.0 going forward. So welcome to the ecosystem. On that note, I hand the podium back to Alifia to do the honors of cutting it off.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gaurav.
Thanks, Gautam, for those pearls of wisdom. Everyone, how did you find that session? Just give me a... So you know what? Let's use the chat. Put some love on the chat. What did you find about this session? What was your feedback? What was your awesome takeaway on this session? So throw it in the chat. Like, what was your feedback? What was like, let's all give him ideas and feedback or how we could do better, or of course he doesn't need to do better. He was already very good. Particularly what I really liked was no PowerPoint, talking to us, world examples that we all want to like look up to, become tomorrow, role models of companies that we all want to follow and, you know, become one day and things like that. So that was something that I really loved. And it has to be the amount of depth of knowledge that he has up there in his brain that came out so naturally, right? I mean, you just got it all, right? You know the phases, you have that clarity, and each phase of our journey as entrepreneurs has its challenges. And how do we circumvent that? And what are I think the biggest takeaway was have a mentor and have someone to talk to and things like that. So I loved it. I really, really loved it. And I think we all have a lot more to learn from him and a lot more to share and exchange or ask questions or clarify a lot of things. And it's amazing. So guys, do feel free to write questions in the chat or in the WhatsApp group. Maybe Gautam can personal message you later or something like that. If you have any particular questions, I saw a lot of genuine questions coming out with people struggling in their own journey and from their own experiences. So what the two questions that we took were coming out from a very, very genuine concern that people had faced. I'm open to letting this room be on for another 15, 20 to 30 minutes if Gautam is okay on time to see if anyone wants to brainstorm anymore.
I'm fine. I'm very happy to do that.
Okay, brilliant. So if guys are voluntarily...
Slight correction, Alithia. His name is Gautam. Okay, not Gautam.
Not Gautam culture.
Gautam comes from the comic character Batman.
Batman.
And all my life I've been called Gautam by many people, particularly Europeans. They find it easy. Batman. Gautam City. Okay,
brilliant. So I think I'm going to keep the recording on because I'm sure we will have a lot of pearls of wisdom for the next brainstorming and question answers as well. So I'm not going to stop the meet live. But officially, this meeting has come to a close and people that need to leave are free to go. Please do come back every Saturday. We are here to share, exchange, learn, and continue growing. Learning is growing. And as entrepreneurs, we're lost in our world of aloneness in many ways, where we try to figure things out ourselves. So here we have the genius on the table, someone who's done a lot more milestones than most of us have. So some people who came in very late, Cynthia, I'm going to allow you to do it next week. Please do come on time. We start at 8 a.m. of Dubai time. So please, everyone who comes in too late, last half an hour, we won't be able to take those introductions if the time is already crossed. So we will request you to come in.
That's 9:30 in India.
All right. So let's start with the questions. Gaurav, you can continue running and driving. Let's help whoever needs clarity. And we've got some
So this is now a freewheeling session, what the Americans call a fireside. So we've had Gautam share his thoughts and we've had interaction. Anybody has any questions of Gautam, please go ahead. Anju, you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Thanks for such a nice session, Gautam.
Thank you.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm facing few issues which you already spoke about. Face conditions where it's a family-owned company. There are too many directors involved because they had their family egos and then professional egos all combined. So how do we deal with these kind of situations? I may take a separate session with you on this. And then there are management consultants who guide others, but at the same time, they can't control their own company. People coming in, they deduct their salaries, but still they don't want to come in time. So those kind of things are there. And then there is third category of NGOs who really want to survive, want to help people, but at the same time, they need some kind of investments coming in to sustain what they have been doing. So is there any idea or tip, especially in India coming to the end of financial year? There are quite many companies who have their CSR funds which have not been exhausted. At the same time, there are NGOs who are looking for those kind of help so that actually they can feed. For example, the NGO I last met, they had GDS people who were qualified, learned everything, but they were rejected because of weight. Means they were underweight if they want to take care of a particular patient. So would you have any kind of guidance on that? I'll be really grateful.
Can we do this separately? Will you connect with me?
Definitely. That's the reason. But yes, in short, I really want to say the way you specified the categories of entrepreneurs, it's awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad that you liked it. Yeah. Right. No one else?
Silky, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So actually, I am into service. Yeah, can I speak?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alifia, if you allow me 10 minutes, I will moderate. So Samir's question, normally he asks his own question, but here I have the honor of asking on his behalf. He says, there are so many marketing professionals who offer their services. How do we audit and choose who to work with, especially if they do not have experience in our segment or domain?
See, not having experience in your market or domain, I'll give you a personal example. My company, Market Vision, does market feasibility studies. So if somebody wants to make an investment here in, say, a cement plant, then we help by understanding the market and reporting the market. We tell him whether he should go for this investment or not go for this investment on the basis of what we pick up in the marketplace. That's the kind of consulting that we do. Now, sometimes somebody will come to me and say, have you done work in hotels? I'm looking at investing in a 4-star hotel or a 5-star hotel. And we say, no, we have not. We have done work for a cement plant, a ready-mix concrete plant, a food manufacturing unit, a higher education institution, a K-12 school. But no, we have not done a 4-star or a 5-star hotel. But the point is our team has experience in what to look for in the marketplace, where to look in the marketplace, and has a template which is easily takeable to the 4-star, 5-star hotel case. So if I translate that to your case, Samir, yes, there will be marketing companies who haven't done work in your segment of the market. But that's okay. If they have a track record which shows that they sensibly and credibly are able to go from sector to sector to sector, why can't they come and do good work for you in your sector? They have to start somewhere after all. They have to have a first client. But if you're comparing him or that company with another company which also has experience in your industry sector, then I would typically think that you would tend to choose the one who has experience in your sector in any case. I don't know if that answers your question.
Samir, do you have a counterpoint?
My question is, how do we audit these agencies? How do we identify whether we work with X or Y?
You have to take into account the team that is there. You have to take into account how busy they are and therefore how much time will they be able to devote to you individually. You have to take into account distance. I mean, if they are in Bombay and you're in Delhi, it may not be the most ideal kind of situation. And you have to take into account what is their experience set. Their experience set, to my mind, is more important than their educational set. Their experience set will tell you where it worked and which clients have been happy with them. They should be able to provide you client connects where you are able to talk to older clients of theirs who have actually had a good experience with them. And you can find out from those past clients as to why they are happy or they are not happy with this particular company. At the end of the day, you will have to make a judgment call like you do in everything else when you finally select the company that you will work with.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, Silky has a question. Silky, you want to ask the question to Gautam? briefly, please.
Yeah,
She had
thank
to, her line was dropping. Oh, she's
yeah,
here?
thanks, Gauravji.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
actually, I am into service industry. I am a career coach. So how I can scale up means somewhere I'm getting stuck. So if you can just guide me regarding that.
Impossible to do that, Silky. I understand you're a business coach, a life coach, but life coaches do a lot of things. In my understanding, it's impossible for me to take a question like that and say to you that these are probably the 1, 2, 3, 4 things that you need to do. Why don't you connect with me separately? I'd be delighted to work with you on this.
Yeah, thank you so much. Definitely, I'll connect with you. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a magician in the house. Her name is Alifia Sura. She's already sent the document of who all attended the meeting and their contact details and who they have promised to connect with. So thank you, Alifia, as always. Next question. Who wants to go?
Me.
Alifia. Yes, go ahead.
So I tried to type it, but so last time I met you also, had this question that I wanted an answer to, but then we didn't talk about what I wanted to ask.
We
and
had
there were so much
coffee
more
instead.
things to, yeah. So, as investors or as funding, when you raise funding, it may be a very stupid question because I'm relatively very new in the field. But when you as an entrepreneur take a funding, or if you go in and fund a startup or something, from your many years of experience, I'm like, what's the rate of return that normally can be expected? Or what are the chances of that return? Because most entrepreneurs take funding and most of them go into losses anyway, and there's no real return. And what's the sort of ROI that should be expected, or what's the timeline, like 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, that you can expect a return on that funding? Or even as entrepreneurs, if we take someone's funding, what is the minimum? It's our responsibility to give back to the guy who has given us the funding, or investor, or whatever. So what's the benchmark like, what's the minimum that investors expect? I don't know if I'm clear.
You see, there are two kinds of funding that you have to consider. One is equity funding, which is, I think, the thing that you're talking about most. But the other is also debt funding. I have a company in India where we do skilling in partnership with the NSDC, which is the National Skills Development Corporation. So NSDC has provided us some debt. Now, this is many years ago, 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago. And the interest rate on that is 6%. 6% in 2007, 2008 was an extremely low interest rate, for a loan. So if you're able to access debt in that manner, why would you complicate your life by taking equity? Because equity means giving a part of your company away to someone. But equity also, let us say an investor is investing in startups. Now, you're not a startup. You are in the sustain phase. And so it's slightly different. But in the startup phase, an investor understands that out of 10 investments that he makes, he's going to lose money on 8 or perhaps even 8.5, 9. And he will only get a return from 1 out of those 10. And that 1 will more than compensate for the loss he incurs on the other 8.5, 9. And he doesn't think beyond that. It's all very theoretical, to say, I expect so much return. Yes, of course, there are numbers that keep getting touted. I expect to exit with my funds and 100% growth with it. And so that's 33% a year over a 3-year period. But that is not very serious stuff, because you don't know if you will actually succeed or not succeed at all. And if you don't succeed, then your money is sunk. So what you do is really to say in a part of your mind that 1.5 out of these 10 will succeed. That 1.5 will bring me X, and the 8.5 that I lose will take away Y. And if I have a positive X minus Y, I'm happy. And the higher that difference is between X and Y, the happier I am. Does that help you at all, Alifia?
So it's normally a 3 to 4 year term. And a year on year, there is no return really.
No,
as
there
in you
cannot
don't
be.
pay back. most entrepreneurs don't pay back anything yearly. It's only
Then
when
there
they
couldn't
exit.
be. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, I have an interesting question from Bharat. Bharat's daughter Ankita is a management student in Barcelona. Alifia met her recently on her last trip. Ankita was a banker for many years before she took this trip out. She's asking, what do you think of her doing a startup and entrepreneurship exercise during the 3-month internship?
I'm sorry, what does that mean?
Okay, what it means is, I think, okay, let me step in. And I think, Bharat, Ankita can have a one-on-one with Gautam, and Gautam can give her a kind of lowdown on entrepreneurship and like do something different. The point is, mostly people look for internships in some domain and they want to go and work with a MNC. So there is one person who has zero experience and they go and join a 100-year-old PNG for doing an internship. It looks good on their resume, but do they really learn anything? So do you have a take on this from your skilling experience and
very
your
much
general
so, very much
experience?
so. You hit the nail on the head, Gaurav. Lots of kids in college go for internship. Internship is a required part of the curriculum in most colleges. Most kids go to internships with companies that have a reputation, which means that it becomes a chapa on their biodata, for lack of a better word. But I have always felt that internships benefit the individual far more if it is a smaller organization, where they are getting more time with the owner or the promoter, where they are seeing problems on a daily basis in the office, where they are seeing successes on a daily basis in the office, because it's a small office. If you were, in your example of Procter & Gamble, if Procter & Gamble has a success in Chennai in their factory, what will you even know about it sitting as a trainee and as an intern trainee in Bombay, in the head office? So to my mind, yes, internships in smaller companies is always more useful. Also, the chances of being offered a job by that small company improve for you because you've been an intern there. Whether you take that job or not is a different matter.
Great. I have a question.
Sir.
Mostly, we have seen people who are reasonably successful entrepreneurs getting their children into the business. Like Dhirubhai got Mukesh and Anil into his business. I'm talking about scale at a different level. But if you're a medium-sized entrepreneur, what kind of discussions should you have with your offspring? Should you get them into the business? Should you not get them into the business? Or would you suggest they work somewhere and then come back and take your lineage forward in the business?
Gaurav, I think the first thing that we all have to understand is that children, meaning our children, that generation, is not waiting for you to tell them, come join the business. They make their own decisions, like they make their own decisions about whether they want your asset or they want an experience. And that's very clear. The answer is very clear. They want the experience. They will determine if they want to come back to your business. And I've seen that with huge numbers of cases within my friends set, my family set, etc. And it's rational, it's logical. But if they do express the intent or the desire to want to come back into the business, the parent has to be very careful in how he or she slides that child into the business. By not giving too much, but not giving too little either to start with. By making sure that the child feels that he or she is learning on a daily basis and being compensated sufficiently for it. By keeping in mind what kind of salaries the marketplace would have alternatively paid the child. So there are loads of considerations. This is a Silky's question, on family matters is very, very pertinent in this question that you asked. But it varies hugely, Gaurav, hugely. In my understanding.
Great. But we can have a different conversation on this topic itself. I have a quick question from Mukul, who's a very dear friend. He runs R3 Factory. He refurbishes electronics, and he's been at this since 2018. Now, at the end of 5 years, he's saying, how do I grow my company? I have put in my and some other people's business money into this business, and we are reasonably successful. Now, how do I go to the next level? How do I raise funding? Given that he's based in Dubai.
This is a classic case of hand-holding and mentoring. I mean, somebody has to begin to understand his actual company, the industry in which they operate, and then be able to handhold and guide him. It's possible. It's possible that someone will have a fascination for this industry and want to come in and invest a large amount of money. It could come from a private equity fund, it could be a venture capital company, or it could be a venture capitalist on his own, what we call angel investors. So it's debatable who will actually want to go in, who will finally actually go in, who will not, and for what reasons. But this is a classic case of, sitting down and chatting with someone and trying to get a perspective on how one should move forward.
Great. So that calls for a coffee from Mukul and perhaps an Ethiopian lunch where Gautam, Mukul and I will.
Yeah. I think my question was like sort of like I'm a creative person. I create business, and I'm totally engrossed in running business, day-to-day business. But when I see and when I look around, as you said, there are multiple ways of raising funds. So is there any way where I can evaluate myself? I understand the mentoring and coaching part which you said. Is there any way, the standard way, where I can evaluate myself and say, okay, this is the best way forward, and this is what I should start working on?
Talk to a finance specialist. Talk to a finance specialist, because not interest rates, but expectations vary. If it is actually debt, and I don't see why you shouldn't take debt to expand your business. Where is debt available? Who is it available to? For example, Indian-owned corporations in Dubai find it very difficult to raise debt. Isn't that a fact, Mukul?
Yeah, people can't open bank accounts.
People can't open bank accounts, though they have a free zone license, etc. So these are, truly, this requires. I raised money for my company in India. I was telling you about, the skills company. So we got a merchant banker involved. We got another merchant banker involved. We built memorandum of information, etc. And then we had to go with that. But it was done on the basis of what the finance guy told us. Because we don't understand the marketplace so much, of where the money comes from. So you need somebody to handhold you through that process.
Thank you,
Gautam. Not at all. Thank you.
Great.
Any
On
other?
that note, I'll hand over to Alifia, and we will have this conversation go on offline.
Yeah.
I want to really deeply thank Gautam for extending your valuable inputs to all our members.
Gautam.
Alifia, you needn't worry.
A proper noun has different spellings and different pronunciations.
Alicia, can we also see him on 20th, which is day after tomorrow?
Yeah,
okay. Gautam, I will share details about this event that is happening on Monday evening, physically in Dera. And if you need a ride, I will come to Dera, or I'll come to Jumeirah, pick you up and get you to the event.
Monday?
At 7.
Yeah, Monday evening.
I have a health problem, Gaurav, and I'm not able to move my feet, So coming for an event is going to be difficult for me. Today is Saturday, 2 days. I don't think it will get fixed by then.
Fair enough. So another time.
Yeah,
Take
sorry.
care. Get well soon.
Yeah, thank you.
So everyone, again, share your feedback, share your inputs, share your love with Gautam on the chat, but also use our LinkedIn group. If we can all, like, especially people that stayed back, I think we saw the value and that's why we did. So encourage you all to please leave a little comment with endorsing, hashtag Gautam on our LinkedIn page, which he can perhaps take back to his own social media pages. Share a testimonial, share a little tag, a little appreciation, a little love for everything that we're building and creating out here, because it's without you that we don't get anywhere. And Gautam, thanks so much for selflessly extending inputs to our members and also giving your little bits of mentorship that we really, really value for entrepreneurship and making sure we continue giving value to our members who keep coming every Saturday. It's our aim and our drive, and with your experience, I'm sure we'll get there correctly and faster.
Thank you. Happy to contribute.
Thank you once again. Alifia, if you can take this YouTube link and just share it in the group, please.
I will. I'll do that.
Masalama.
Okay, thank you very much. And see you all again.
Wonderful session.
And spread our meeting invites to others. And we have the same link every Saturday. So just spread today's link, any link, every Saturday is the same. So do spread it in other WhatsApp groups, share it with other business owners, let them come. Silky, sorry we missed your introduction. We'll do it next week.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Actually, I didn't wanted to miss guest आए हुए फिर भी मैंने सोचा थोड़ी देर join करती हूँ मैं.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you do late, people that come in late, then it's very difficult to find time. Because we balance time in a way that we can try and finish before 9.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Thank you for the today's session.
Please your introduction, Kanchan.
Yes,
Great session, Alifia.
Next time, Alifia, after one-to-one with you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
If you want to stay now, Kanchan, we can. Yeah,
bye,
sure.
everyone.
Bye, guys. See you all.
Thank you, Alifia,
Yes,
for
Alifia,
organizing such kind of sessions.
Okay, so let's do now.
We can take it and take back. I really
Okay,
thank you for this.
Thanks so much, guys. Okay, done. Great. No, we're trying to do more of this. So we want to exchange learnings and stuff like that. So we're going to do that. That's our aim for this year. See you all. Bye.
Hi, Alifia.
Hi.
Yeah. Alifia, I'd like to have a one-to-one with you. Whenever you're free, let me know. And we could just catch up. I need to understand a few things. Firstly, about what you do. Secondly, about EC2. If I could have some of the time.
Yeah, why don't you help us with some nice animation videos to market and promote EC2? Maybe we can do
I would love to do that.
Because most of our leaders come in with a little pro bono skill of their own and help us. So like, for example, Sabri creates our posters because for him, so our mandate is that, nobody should spend more than 10-15 minutes in a week as a contributing leader who's supporting. So for example, sales comes to me very naturally. So for me, I don't have to go out of my way to do anything. For Gaurav, he's already a Toastmaster and a speaker and all that. So then we have Anupama for her digital and marketing and media transformation is awesome. And it's natural for her to do it. So since videos is your natural gift and your natural strength, maybe, we can have more and have a little bit extra on everything. So
yeah, sure. So where animation is concerned, what happens is it's like, it's nothing that I can make in 15-20 minutes. It's not something that I can do. I won't be able to give you a good thing, and I don't want to do that. If 15-20, I won't be able to give.
So we're talking about a weekly. So per week for our regular meetings and stuff. But as a contribution, if you want to do something, we can endorse you on our introductions also. That this video is from your company and this, and we'll do that as well. We can even do that.
Yes. So I have in mind, and I will definitely do that. I would need the logo of EC2 for that. Send me a high resolution image or CDR file of EC2, and I'll do something really nice and give. That is something I can really do.
Okay, super. I'll connect you to Sabri. He's our marketing guy right now on the platform. I'll tell him to send you something, whatever you need. I'll send you his number and we can do that. That'll be nice.
Okay. Great. See, I don't know, I wanted to speak about this just between you and me, but now since Kanchan is there, I don't know if should I say.
I'm okay, but I can connect with you later as well. But if you're open, there are 3 ladies who are trying to grow together.
If you want, I can remove my headphone.
If you want, I can. Kanchan, if you're not very late, should I put you in the waiting room for just 2 minutes?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'll get you back. Okay, so we just if you're not rushed. Yes.
Yeah. So it's not a kind of a complaint, Alifia, but something if I don't say, I feel I will not be. I won't have the peace. So firstly, I did not like the way God spoke today with me. That was not something that he should have done in front of the whole community. He could have locked me out. He could have sent me a chat message to say that I was having an asthma attack and I couldn't I tried to put the video off and I took the phone and I went so that I could call for my capsules. My capsules were finished and I had gone. And I did not like the way he said it. He's an elderly person. I do not want to disrespect him, but he could have said that in a much better way, I believe. And we are all entrepreneurs. We are all business owners. I don't think we were talking about equality. We should be treated like that. I don't think that's the way. So I do respect him a lot. I have spoken to him and I just love his thought process, his knowledge and his experience. But it was something I was like, if I wouldn't have told you or if I wouldn't have told Gaurav, I would have felt that I'm not, being right to myself. So I'm extremely sorry. It's not a complaint. It's just something that I feel right in front of the whole platform. Saying that so rudely was not something I would appreciate. So I'm extremely sorry.
I keep telling him all the time. I always try to keep telling him that, guys, just be a little kind and, just chill a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a chill person that way. He could have just told me, Ashta, that. And actually, I never do that. It's like, today the whole meeting, I was off. Because I never switch off my video. If I am in the meeting, I am in the meeting. Else, I will not be. I will put in a message and say, I'm not there. I'm sorry. But today, it was an asthmatic attack. I just couldn't do anything about it. I had to, go off. And
don't worry at all. See, this was a very genuine thing. But even otherwise, even for others who are just, it's okay. We all multitask, right? So there will be times like, for example, sometimes for me, there will be someone who comes in, like the kids are going to school and classes or whatever. So, there will be distractions and it's human, right? Because you're working from home and you're working from whatever. And it will always come, and not always when there's a distraction do we have the presence of mind that we will put the video off or put the thing. And so I agree. And I totally feel you, to be honest. I try my best to, because even he tries to do the policing and he does it.
Even he is in a bad place. Actually, even he is in a bad place because he has to monitor everything. I do understand. Yeah. My only thing is he could have said it properly. Or
doesn't need to say it like he did.
Yeah, it didn't have to go that way.
Because people could have different listing and stuff like that. So
because
but I communicated back with him. And thank you for not holding it back. I think this is a very powerful thing that you didn't hold it back and you don't if you have a chance to mention to him as well, if you like. But I will as a way do that. And maybe give me about half an hour or something. Maybe I'll talk to him anyway. And then if you want to, or maybe he will reach out to you himself.
There's no, we can just tell in a word. I do not want to have anything bad between him because I plan to be in EC2 for the time, till the time EC2 is there. So I do not want to.
We will be there forever. I'm telling you, we are, this is a platform which is growing with a lot of contributors. And, we've had founders who were there and active, who are not there today, and we have taken over. And then even if we are not active tomorrow, I'm sure there will be likes of you and anyone else who will be willing to take it over, and it will be a platform that we are looking at continuing even after we're gone. So something like a tie, which is universal and it's still existing whether bottom is the president or not.
I'm willing to.
That's our aim.
I can do to promote and get I have it's been a month since I joined and I am purposely not getting visitors, but yes, now I will start getting visitors because I wanted to get the hang of the community, and then now I can start getting visitors. But yes, I don't want Alifia, I just don't want anything bad between God.
It's a very good thing that you raised it, because you can also be mindful for someone else. You raised it. Someone else would have just been quiet about it. So it's, it could be I mean, many other people would also feel the same, but maybe they're just quiet. Some people would just block themselves out and say, sorry, I'm not going to come. But it's a good thing that you're giving us feedback, and it just tells a lot about, and we appreciate that. So feedback has to be given. And if you felt something, you've got to voice it. As women, we got to do that, right? We got to speak up. If you like it or not, we got to speak up. And that's a very important. And that's one characteristic we should all imbibe.
Yes.
So no, that's whether we agree or not, you have to say your part, and that's the way it is. So and that's congratulations to that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for understanding. And please let me know if there is anything I can do for EC2 in marketing and coming up with concepts and everything. I can help you out with that.
Okay, brilliant. Super.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Yeah, take care. See you. Bye. Hi, Kanchan. You're on mute.
Yeah, hi Alifia. How are you? Good.
Super.
Okay, great. Actually, I wanted to check with you regarding the sales. I'm really finding it difficult. See, I'll tell you quickly. I have two setups. Okay, one is into education and one into finance. In education, I have then two areas. One is a nursery and one is a skills development center.
1 second. Can I make notes, because I just remember better? Like,
yeah, sure.
Just let me write. I'm just opening the file. Because it's better if I just type, then I can,
Sure.
Just give me a second. I have a file which I maintain for all our members and stuff. So, because nowadays nobody writes on a paper, then they can always come back to it later.
Yeah, but I still write on paper.
I know, I used to also.
Yeah, but then I translated whatever is important. I translated to my Word document. But my habit is of writing on the paper. Yes, I'll keep writing on the paper and then translate it there. Okay, so it's just quickly, my two setups, as I said, is one in education and the other one is into accounting. And education, then I have two segments. One is the nursery for children and the other one is skills development center. And in the skills development center, we were doing before COVID certain programs like mental math, which is very important. And we used to do Vedic maths. It's very, very important for children to learn that. And we used to conduct in school also. And we were doing very well. And then we were doing STEM programs like robotics and coding. This was also quite important, and now more so. And we are into English as well for younger kids only. Okay, like here in my region, the kids struggle a lot with English because they are mostly GCC and all that, that sort of people. So work-wise, resources-wise, structure-wise, system-wise, I feel I am much better. But when it comes to really do marketing, I try to take help from outside. Some people who were back in India, they used to do my marketing using my account here, social media, and then flyer, we do paper flyer, a lot we do, okay, regular we do. But after COVID, of course, there is a lot, changes happened because people are going very fast online. But our line is such that we can't go full online because we are catering to segment which are very young also. Like we are a mix from 45 days until 16 years. So 12 to 16, they are very okay to still take online, but younger kids are still there. But my point is that I am not really finding somebody who can advertise on a very effective way. Effective in terms of generating and also cost effective. Both I'm looking at. So what's the best way that I can do that? Because that's only my struggle, I feel personally. Rest all we are able to cater to. And this I'm finding in both my businesses. Like when the client is there, we are able to effectively handle. But generating the leads and bringing the clients to us, that is something which I am a big zero, to be honest, because I'm not coming from this field at all. And if I'm hiring somebody also, I find this challenge. I don't know, it could be, sometimes I feel that they're not able to really put up in the right way. So I am not able to figure out if the problem is with the location. We are on the 5th floor and one is in the main road ground floor. So, I mean, and we are not in a position to come down, to be honest, because it's very expensive. If you come down, you are not paying any less than 100,000. Where we are right now, we are paying about 50,000. So it's just the double thing.
Ajman, right?
Yes, in Ajman. So how do I do now? Off late, I've started meeting people, going around and see, okay, what opportunities or collaborations we could build possibly. We are also participating in a Gulf News event starting yesterday. It started and it will continue today and tomorrow also from 3 o'clock till 7 o'clock in the evening. Also trying to see collaborations. Everything I'm finding is in Dubai. Wherever I go, mostly people are very, very, very active. Wherever I'm connected, they are mostly in Dubai. Ajman, mostly nobody has a platform. And to be honest, what you are doing, like, this has been my dream since long time, to find something where, people could come, because I know there are a lot of young children who are talented, because I have handled kids from a long time now. My own kids also. I have one who's doing engineering 3rd year with Alberta and is totally independent. My second one is budding cricketer and, he's got selected with under 16 EC now. He'll start his matches from 22nd. Both my kids are, touch wood, by grace of God, they are settled and independent also. They're not dependent on me or my husband, on their own. So 4 of us, like me, my husband, my kids, 4 of us are totally independent in our own areas. But fetching the business, like for example, my husband, he is into family business. Unko kuch problem nahi hai because he's managing. But we can't complement each other because we are all different fields. So हमारा discussions भी होता नहीं है. और अगर मैं किसी के साथ बाहर बात करती हूँ, suppose, so people are not from this region of mine. So maybe, or maybe ये भी कह सकती हूँ कि I more feel के, I should also know how to really do this one. So where
tell me again, your 2 businesses. One is your, just tell me one more time, sorry. The 2 businesses.
One is into education.
Education, okay.
In education, we have 2. One is nursery and one is skills development center. Right. And another one is bookkeeping and accounting firm with VAT consultancy. With VAT, we do VAT in corporate taxes also. That's why I'm trying also to, connect with corporate tax and all. But I'm not directly dealing corporate tax, but bookkeeping and accounting more for me.
So that you're doing alone?
Yes, all my businesses are with me only. I mean, I have not sought anyone to come in.
No, but what's your team?
My team,
your team. So which is your
three.
bigger concern right now? You want to discuss more about the nursing and skill development business or accounting? Which is the first one?
Actually, I would like to discuss more on how to do sales. How to do sales.
So which one is more important right now? Which one has a bigger
challenge?
See,
I have teams on both. And I
so
need
which one is a
clients
bigger
challenge? Bigger challenges, I can say sales. I
which
don't
one
know
is
how
more
to,
important?
More
no, from
important
the 2
in terms
businesses.
of business
so there
building.
will be a different strategy for
Let
both,
us
right?
Let us go for Brilliant Minds first. My
Brilliant
education
Minds,
skills
right?
development center.
Got it. So your nursing is nursing where little kids come and then they do nursing and they go, right? That's like it's like that babysitting or nursery sort of a thing, right?
Yeah, nursery, but we do also FS1, FS2 there. And we have a beautiful curriculum. Like, for example, okay, just a little bit, I'll tell you. I am not a person who would take something just like, I do check what is, so for example, if nurseries, there are different curriculums. You have Montessori curriculum, you have British EYFS curriculum, you have Reggio Emilia curriculum, you have Finnish curriculum. So there are lots of curriculums, and there are Philippines curriculum. So what I do is I do check. Now I'm actually I have just nominated myself onto Principals Council for SPIA, Sharjah Private Education Authority. So if it is selected, then I would be a part of them, and I'm working. I mean, with the I'm working on the let's say kind of best practices that they are trying to implement, because Sharjah is comparatively much behind as Dubai or Abu Dhabi in terms of even systems or in terms of even the quality. So they are working now aggressively on this one. So we are not meeting too often. Like we had a 4-day event also, which is very good. And there is one lady who is called as Dr. Bushra Kadura. She is the lead over there, and I'm closely working with her in terms of understanding the best practices from them. So like my core is just to tell you that it's not that I bring a curriculum. I do a lot of research, and I try to do it myself. Of course, nowadays it is more easier.
I'm convinced of your product. I'm talking about your business plan right now. So I'm convinced aap jo kar rahe, whatever kar rahe, and you've got the right product and you've got the right curriculum, you've got whatever. So what I'm trying to extract from this discussion is how I can support and how I can give you that idea, because marketing alag hai, alag product ke hisab se alag marketing hoga. मतलब बुक कीपिंग का टोटली डिफरेंट स्ट्रैटेजी रहेगा और एजुकेशन स्किल्स डेवलपमेंट का कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट रहेगा.
ठीक है, तो आज तो मैं इसी पे फोकस करना चाहती हूं.
सेल्स का ठीक है, बट सेल्स में स्ट्रैटेजी रहता है. तो वेयर इफ यू वांट टू रियली जनरेट लीड्स, your sales strategy will not be the same for bookkeeping and the same for education. So what I'm trying to extract from you is your current way of operation, कि कौन क्या कर रहा है और कहाँ पे gap, which is I'm just trying to understand कि क्या हो रहा है और कहाँ पे gap है.
So
and then how you
operations
can
में
immediately improve.
ठीक है, so operations में हमारा team है where I have a supervisor. I have the
first
entire
I'm trying to
team.
understand your product. So your product for education, because you seem to be all over the place. So I asked you to repeat twice, but I'm like totally trying to understand and put my finger on exactly kya hai aapka business model. So to understand your product first, education, which is a nursery, which is an FS1, FS2, you said.
Yes, FS1, FS2, that's one segment.
And this is happening in Ajman at that 5th floor. Okay.
No. This is happening in Sharjah on the ground floor. It's on a villa.
Okay, Sharjah in a villa in a ground floor. Okay.
Yes, and second segment is what is happening on the 5th floor. That is STEM, which is 5 years to 15 years, 16 years.
STEM is happening in Ajman, which is 5 to 16 years.
Yes.
Okay. And that is STEM in Ajman.
Yes, STEM mental math.
And mental math, correct? And Vedic math and all that you said.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is happening in Ajman, and Sharjah mein villa mein nursery chal raha hai.
Nursery hai, correct.
So nursery khali subah mein chalta hai, and then it's free for the rest of the day.
Yes, free for the rest of the day. 4 o'clock tak rehta hai.
Up to 4. Okay, so okay, got it. And that's your whole villa is yours.
Yes.
And then why do you need this STEM from Ajman? You can't move to that same facility. You still need that.
No, because these are 2 different licenses. The activities are different, cannot be clubbed. And if you want to take the same premise, you need to have the same sponsor.
Okay, so that's how we leave out for now. But that's okay. That's your internal listing. So okay, fine. So you have STEM, mental math happening in Ajman, and you have this up to 4. So nursery ka age group kya rahega? Up to 5.
45 days to 5 years. Yes.
Ages 45 years to?
No, 45
days to
5 years.
To 5 years.
Yes.
So they're coming as a play school and all that, and then they're doing FS1 and FS2 in the nursery.
Yes. And we are following British curriculum as of now.
And British curriculum. Okay, fine. Okay, so here you're targeting parents with newborns and kindergarten kids.
Kindergarten kids, yes.
Correct? So this is something that you will need new parents all the time.
Yes.
Correct? And this is very location and proximity driven.
Yes.
because parents have to be living in Sharjah and then only they
Correct.
will, because
Yes.
Dubai se to koi aayega nahi, right? So
No,
this is a very
no.
proximity.
Yes.
And this is looking for new parents, right? So you have to
Yes.
understand the research of how big is the market share there in Sharjah, and what is the kya hai now parents kitna hai, new kitna hai, wo jo bhi
In
hai.
my vicinity, there are 15 nurseries, just to tell you.
In your
within-
vicinity, you have 15
yes,
nurseries.
Yes, within range of 5 kilometers, we have 15 nurseries, 12 to 15 nurseries are there.
So you're an ex KPMG or something, right?
No, I am ex
You're in
Siemens.
some audit.
Yes, ex Siemens.
You go with
I worked
Siemens,
with
yes.
KPMG. I worked with KPMG.
You worked with
Ernst & Young.
KPMG also, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you understand that there's competition, and you've got to have a product.
Yes.
So sales is not just about sales. मैं conversion करने के लिए बोलेगा तो you got to understand the whole thing, right? And then you got to figure out your USP, which is your unique selling proposition.
Yes.
And then in that you got to create a sales offer, which is going to be something which is an irresistible sales offer. Once you understand what you're tapping and what you're bringing to the table, like sales ऐसे नहीं होता कि आप networking कर लिया और आ जाएगा. So this is a totally different segment,
right?
Which is parents with newborn babies living around Sharjah. That's your target.
Right.
That's it. There's nothing, nobody else who will ever come to that nursery. And you're already into accounts and finance, and if you already know that itna sara competition hai, itna hai, what's your numbers coming to? And अभी कितना students रहता है वहाँ पे?
अभी 50 है, but we have the capacity of 120.
50 है.
50 है. Break even है अभी, but we are looking for 120 because our capacity is 120.
Okay. So sometimes you can also have different things, like you can have maybe classes. Sometimes if it is about this, then there can be some parents who need help in the second half also. Sometimes, you'll have to figure out some different things to use your full capacity to 100%. Matlab, you can have 50 in the morning, but you have half day available at the place as well. So you can look at different models, and that will come to that because it's going to be a much longer whatever. And I don't know how you're getting these parents right now. I'm assuming it's all on word of mouth.
Word of mouth, as well as we do flyers, paper flyers. Because here we have GCC nationals and locals more, no?
Okay, fine. So you have word of mouth and paper flyers that you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, so that's your main thing, and you're not doing anything online or social or anything.
No, except the regular postings on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Okay, so for this nursery, you have postings on
Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah, these three we do. And yeah, TikTok we recently started because they say that it's very commonly seen by parents. So we started that.
This is called, which one? What is this called? The nursery name?
Tulip Nursery. You can find them Tulip Nursery, yeah, UAE. Tulip Nursery UAE on YouTube.
Okay, fine. Okay, ठीक है. Okay, now your STEM.
Yeah.
Is happening in Ajman on the 5th floor, and you're
STEM is on
targeting
the Ajman 5th floor, and here also paper flyer works a lot for us. When we do paper flyers, more or less every day we do paper flyers, and when we do paper flyers, we get calls like kabhi ek do calls.
You give these paper flyers to who? You give it to like the newspaper guys, or who do you give these paper flyers?
Newspaper guys we used to give before, but now what we do is we are going building to building, and on the reception counter we are leaving the flyers, like 10-20 flyers we are leaving there. But of course, what we are planning now, we are rebuilding our flyers. So we are planning to connect with the clubs, for example, and salons, pharmacies, clinics. We are planning to connect. Our flyers are finalized now. Maybe in next week we'll be starting that.
So the biggest audience for 5 to 16 years is schools.
Yes.
So you got to look for schools in Ajman, ideally, because schools is what they always try to add extra classes, and they take a cut on it. So usually the best target audience for STEM is normally kids who are already in school. Yeah. And the schools can do a JV with you, because now you're already getting 200 people in a single standard.
Right.
And you're getting 200 people in a different standard. So you're automatically getting 1,000. salons and all this is not really going to, pharmacies mein kya, like you can have it, it's okay not to, whatever. But ideally for that audience, it's schools.
Okay. Before COVID, we did actually. Indian School Ajman we did, and British International
Even if you
School.
get 1 or 2 schools only where you partner with, that's it.
Okay.
You don't need more. You'll be running on a full capacity.
Okay. Okay. Take care.
Okay, so it's more about a strategy, and then the sales pitch comes later. But you've got to have a clarity about whose problems you're solving. Are you talking to the right audience? Sales जब भी convert नहीं होता है ना, Kanchan, see, it's not that you're not a sales. Everyone in the world is a salesperson. But the reason we fail is because हम लोग ऐसे ही किसी को भी जाके बेचना चालू कर देते हैं. ऐसे नहीं होता है ना. वो you got to understand कि कौन है, किसका है, कौन सा प्रोडक्ट है, किसके लिए है, वो पूरा समझ में नहीं आएगा. तब तक आप closed doors पे knock कर रहे हैं.
Okay.
Alright, so it is an important thing that you understand who is your customer. So, and वो सब जिसको क्या चाहिए, उसको क्या प्रॉब्लम है, उसको क्या नीड है, उसको क्या है, और फिर आप उसको डायरेक्टली बात करेगा तो ही उसका आगे बढ़ेगा.
Okay, so you're saying
because then your conversion rate just becomes much better.
Okay. Okay. So you are saying कि हम लोग we must profile the person first completely.
Before that also you must profile your business proposition and more clearly. Yeah, somewhere there's a lot of gap. Like it's very surface level pay. From what I'm listening, you may be doing a lot more deeper stuff everywhere. From what I'm listening and understanding your challenge, it seems a little bit of a surface level work that's going on. But you're all over the place. So agar focus karke, okay, so now basically I understood now completely your STEM and your mental math, and there you're doing face-to-face in the groups and all that stuff.
Right.
Normally I would get to what's your fixed cost and what's your turnaround cost and what's your ROI cost and what's your profit, and normally not necessarily profit, but what's your revenue goals and what you want, how you want to scale to what level. Once I understand what's your ambition or how you and where you want to see taking whatever, based on that, we go backwards and then work a sales strategy in terms of who you need to talk to, how many people you need to, and how do you need to convert, and what's the price points and stuff like that, which I believe you've already done anyway. But it's just that when we sometimes ask you, you also get clarity.
Correct.
कि कभी वो जो बैठ के जो करेगा आपको खुद को clarity आ जाएगा. And half the times when we take sales rejections or when we haggle on price and stuff, is because we're not convinced of what you're bringing to the table. But you've got to finish that battle of objection handling in your mind first. कि भाई वो ऐसे कुछ नया नहीं है, वो सब लोग सेम ही बोलते हैं कि यार तेरा टीचर्स अच्छा नहीं है, कि तेरा curriculum में why you and your price is this, but you need to have 100% clarity about why you're charging, what you're bringing to the table, what's your killer instinct. Like for example, for me, sales training जो मेरा है, I'm not doing theory sales training. I'm working on numbers. So आपको theory sales training चाहिए तो आप HR लोग ले लो, because HR लोग वो अच्छा कर ले. But for us, I'm a salesperson and I'm not a trainer. तो मुझे टारगेट कोई देगा तो मैं कैसे जाके पोजीशन करके उसको स्केल करेगा, वो हम लोग ऐसे प्रैक्टिकली सोचता है ना. सो देन आई विल नो अंडरस्टैंड कि आपका ये प्रोडक्ट है, आपका ये मार्केट है, किसको प्रॉब्लम है, किसको ये है, और कैसे ये रिलेट करके दे सकते हैं. Right? And then you have to see what resources you already have, how many people you already, what are their skills, and how you can monetize their skills, because your team skills is what you need to monetize, because you're selling that skill to the people. And how can we create different packages? So you have a lot of potential in terms of चलो ये 50% capacity पे चल रहा है, ठीक है, ये आधा दिन खाली है, जगह है कि फिर event company कर देना है. तो I know you've pitched your villa for events and stuff also before.
Yes, I did.
But there could be a flyer for that and exactly what is needed and कैसे कर सकते हैं and all that, But again, is that the right location? And if it is in Sharjah, then for you pitching it in networking events in Dubai makes no real sense, right?
Yes, true.
So it's not just that networking event में आ गया और मिलेगा धंधा, You've got to understand exactly who needs it in that area. So maybe are you talking to CERA? Are you talking to the Sharjah Economic Zone? those are the people you want to talk to and tell them, take my bill out. That sort of a thing. So you talk to a relevant audience. Na? Agar aap kisi ko bhi jaake, 1 second, just sometime opening. 1 second. So थोड़ा सा ये clarity जब आएगा ना. So you're getting the gap, no?
Yes.
So ये पूरा बैठ के एक product or एक industry, and normally I have these sheets which will put things again on a paper, and then so now when you're talking about your bookkeeping and accounting, that's your third, right? और उसका lead कहाँ से आएगा और ये students का lead कहाँ से आएगा और ये Sharjah and Ajman is supposed to be a complete Ajman and Sharjah strategy, more or less, unless you take the Ajman thing online, and which is very achievable today because nobody wants to commute and all that. And now after COVID, everybody is very used to physical online meetings also. So unless you take these online, then only you will be able to market this globally or regionally. But otherwise, your target for your nursery and this is completely Sharjah focused. Now, bookkeeping, accounting, so how is your bookkeeping, accounting? There also you need leads, right? You need more
Yes,
sales, right?
leads I'm looking at. We have a team of chartered accountants. I have two with me. तो मुझे उधर भी leads का ही है issue, like you know. So
you're paying them big salaries or you're paying them revenue model?
We are on to revenue model. But at the same time, some basic I'm giving them, so at least not to lose them, because they're really really good. Chartered accounting are not easy to find as a freelance.
Yeah. So again, remember one thing: chartered accountant is he's probably with you, but if it's his responsibility to get you leads, or because they will be just leads. So then, do you have any sales coordinator in your office?
I have admin. Not the direct sales dedicated. Yes, I have admin.
So you need to change their position name, tagline as a sales coordinator. Because unless you do that, they will not, they will do everything else except sales. Uska designation change karke.
Okay.
Ek aadmi hai to bhi chalta hai normally. But they need to have a clear dedication, and they are the ones that need to get trained also. Because बहुत सारा इसमें आगे का काम और पीछे का काम रहता है, but they are the ones you should ideally get them trained for. Because if they're an admin, it's okay, because I believe everyone is a sales person in the world, but they need to understand the cycle. Starting में क्या होता है, ending में क्या होता है, बीच में क्या होता है, what is the customer thinking. Sometimes people think 3 बार call कर दिया तो हो गया, अभी उसको नहीं interest है. लेकिन उसको कैसे नर्चर करना है, उसको कैसे वार्म करना है, उसको कैसे वो सब जो अगर जब तक वो साइकोलॉजी नहीं समझेगा कस्टमर का, तब तक वो नहीं डिलीवर कर पाएगा आपको. एंड यू कैन नॉट बी एवरीवेयर. सो द मोर अ बिजनेस वर्क्स एज अ बिजनेस वेयर you are not, you will anyway do everything anyway, but you cannot have a job as a CEO.
Right.
There cannot be a single role that you are responsible for.
Right.
Each and every role in the organization should be done by someone else.
Okay.
There should be a person dedicated to do a single, because if you already have, so in total, how many people do you have?
I have 9, 15. 15. All three, अगर मैं count करती हूँ तो around 15.
Total is 15, right? And can you give a breakup of how many in each business?
Yes, in Brilliant Minds, I have 4.
4 people.
Yes, 4 people, and I have 2 in my this thing.
Tulip.
Tulip में 9 है.
Bookkeeping में 2 है ना?
Bookkeeping में 2 है. Tulip में 9 है.
Tulip में 9 है. Okay. So now you need to also. I can give you a form that I normally have, but it won't be possible right away. I'll have to work on it. But normally just like cost kitna hai, revenue kitna hai per business, you can just think about it. And what's the profit right? And that sort of a thing. So annual cost or monthly cost. Whereas I think you already probably have that, but that's the thing for yourself in terms of just understanding what's worth what and what's profitable. So which is the most profitable from these three businesses?
I think as of now, I feel nursery is most.
Nursery is the most profitable. Good. So in spite of it being in a shark, in a very competitive, this thing, cutthroat, whatever, you still have, and you have 9 people also.
Yeah.
So everywhere you look at all three and you see what's your GP and NP, because again, your nursery, again, you have fixed cost a lot.
Yes.
Like for this also you have an office, for this also you have an office, for this also. So bookkeeping and accounting, you have a third office?
No, it's combined with Brilliant Minds.
Okay, fine. Good.
Yeah.
So WAPA office or वो भी अजमान में है तो फिर?
वो भी अजमान में.
Okay, so good. So ये दोनों एक ही cost center है.
एक ही cost
अजमान
center.
का.
Yes.
And वो लोग जाते भी हैं बाहर and वो लोग they can travel and all, right?
Who's that?
They can travel and all also, no? The CAs and stuff. They go to offices and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So this is what it is. So now what's your main question? Now I understood what your issue is. Now what's your question?
My main concern, my main really is to just find out the clients. See, for Brilliant Minds, our conversion is also good. You know, like whoever visits our facility, 90% they convert. Those who when they visit the facility.
See, listen, if someone visits, that means he's looking for it already.
Yes. Otherwise also, in the whole area, I think our facility and resources are really, really good. Like I can say that.
Then your target should only be, your sales pitch for Brilliant Minds should only be to visit.
Yes.
Never pitch to sell. Your sales strategy for Brilliant Minds should only be, come to my premises. Get your kids. That's it. Don't sell a course or don't sell this thing, nothing. Come for a free session. This is where you will go and give a free introduction session. Flyers should change to make it a free introduction session. Because you anyway have people and you have less capacity, right? You're not working on a full capacity.
No, I'm not.
So let them just come get the taste of the blood. Finish. Change your flyers, change your strategy, make it a free introduction.
We just made this final flyer. I don't know if I can just share it with you quickly for you to give me now, since we are talking, because I'll be printing 60,000 copies of this one. I'm just sharing it with you right away. Yeah, I have sent you this. This is our final, which we did now, for which 60,000 copies are going to go. I sent you on the WhatsApp. So if you want me to change something, so we are also doing this one-to-one, individual flyers. I have given you this.
Yeah, I think you sent me too much text.
Too much text, huh?
Not more than nobody. Okay, you can have, but it's too much text actually, to be honest.
Okay, but how do we then make people?
This can be for people who already come to your office.
Okay.
Because then they want details. People, once they already visit your office, then they can have too much information. But for the initial introduction, just free, whatever, something, very like eye-catchy and...
So one more I sent you, that is individual flyer. So you can give me your feedback so I can change it.
So this can be the one that is in your office,
Okay.
This can be the one which is in your office. This is more relevant, but you can have a highlight of a star or something saying free introduction or something like that.
Evaluation,
something like that.
Free evaluation or diagnostics.
So 4 years and above is not good enough. Maybe you can say 4 years to 16, because above matlab what, like, so just be a little more, just spell it out for people. Don't be very gray areas.
Okay.
So put 4 years to 16, you already clear, right? Okay, after 16 agar koi nahi aa raha hai, to fir chhod do na. Yeah.
Okay, so free diagnostics and free introduction or free evaluation, like that we should pitch in, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
A free session, come for a free whatever you're doing. So if you're doing the STEM and all that, whatever you're doing, come for a free, or you can have a list of all the services, all the courses that you have, and then say free, come for of your choice. Come for an 1 hour free session of your choice. Select any two. Come for 3 limited time, valid only for March. Or Ramadan offer. Make a Ramadan offer or something.
Okay.
So come for any, Ramadan, people have free more because there's lesser, shorter days and stuff. And non-Muslims they don't have to pray a lot and then they can do something.
Okay. So
something like that.
Okay.
I actually need to disappear, to be honest. I had 11 o'clock. I have to actually reach somewhere at 11. So I wanted to leave. But as pointers for brilliant minds, make it this. For Tulip Nursery, again, you need to go deeper into, that should be around Sharjah and all that. So again, if that facility is very good,
we can take the events, yes. Facility is very good. So we can take events.
For a free day or whatever, you can do whatever.
Coffee mornings. We are planning for coffee mornings actually for parents.
Yeah, you have to do some game activity or face painting, clay and play with clay and hand motor skills or whatever. Educational learning sessions for the kids, because nobody cares more about anything except the children. And for the children, people will pay anything. It's the fastest selling. So you can do education coffee mornings also, but have a kid area where they can have motoring skills or some educational toys, or because parents are enjoying whatever coffee, but they're not, your target is not parents, right? Your target is children. So let them experience, because most of the times parents are in a nursery, kids are in a nursery, but parents have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
And then they have this thing, blind spot, that yaar mera bachcha kya kar raha hoga, whatever. So agar aap ekdam hi kuch top dollar educational high end games or something, puzzles or something like that, and let the coffee parents have coffee, but the kids are taken care of.
Okay, done. I have
something
lots
like
of
that on a Saturday morning or something like that. Then they have a peace of mind ke bhai itna acha dikh rahe and they are capable and stuff like that. Then immediately they will take a call. Because you don't need to do coffee for parents, right? That's not your target market. What will you do? You have to do your networking also with a complete outcome strategy.
Right. Okay. And so for other one we'll connect after you you finish your work, and then next time we'll connect. And
next
this
Saturday
one
is also best, because after Saturday I always keep time free.
Okay.
But today is just a choco block day.
Okay, no problem. Chalo. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm doing a session for sales training on 28th of April after Ramadan.
Yes.
Saturday को कर रहा है, 2 Saturday को रहेगा. Saturday and Saturday.
Timing क्या रहेगा?
2 to 6.
2 to 6. ठीक है, no problem. We'll try. We'll try on this one. I think.
Share the word also for me if you can.
ठीक है, हाँ. I mean, देखती हूँ अगर हो सकेगा तो probably I will also connect, because मुझे भी I need
skill
to
that
know.
all this I do. You know what it's a process. वो 2 दिन में आपका clear blueprint आ जाता है. पूरा strategy आपका clean हो जाएगा.
ठीक है, and you are going to send me this sheet, ना?
I'll take some time because I'm running out.
No problem. No problem.
Well, it's a part of my workshop normally, but I'll send you if I do. But I'm not right away.
Done. No problem. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good day.